What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of the Game Talk podcast. We have a little bit of discussion here. We were kind of sitting here talking about some of the antics that Google's taking place in right now. Four Horsemen, Top Hatch, and Champagne will no longer be on the podcast because of him not wanting to support Google, which I full-heartedly understand. And No Man's Sky got an update today with multiplayer additions and all pretty much the promises that we were promised at launch.
Okay, wait a minute.
What?
Top Hats and Champagne is going to quit YouTube and just go to VidMe?
No. He's not quitting completely. But I think it's something along the lines of he doesn't want to expand out besides what he's doing currently, which, except for the 3 episodes of the podcast he did, the only things he does on YouTube is post his videos, and then the chunks of his live streams he puts up there too. But he does. I'm assuming that's what it is, because they didn't really get into it a whole lot. But he had talked on other live streams before and in some other videos about, obviously he really doesn't like that Google's doing this.
Hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you now.
Man.
I thought you guys could hear me for a while now.
No, we've been talking about you.
Nope. Didn't hear a word you said, girl.
Okay, well.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
Means.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. Can you hear me go through my Xbox menu on stream? Oh,
no.
You can. They're going to be able to.
I can't hear it.
I can't hear it.
Really?
No, can't hear it.
No.
Oh, Tavares Lichmore said yes, he can hear. And so did Go Get.
Oh, okay, so it's going through.
I guess
yeah.
Yeah, I guess they can hear you, but we can't hear you in here.
Okay.
Yeah, so do I, Lichmore, but I guess for some reason it picks up and I guess the sound travels to y'all rather than us.
Well, because Discord's you can put a decibel screen or whatever they call it, to where the mic doesn't activate.
That is a noise gate, sir.
There you go, noise gate, whatever the fuck. What do I care?
You call yourself
I just know
a
it's
PC.
a slider, damn it, and it says slide here to.
You call yourself a PC gamer. Don't even know the hell that noise.
Hey, I know what it does, all right. I just don't know the name. But either way, you can set that, and he probably has that set in Discord, so we can't hear it on Discord, but OBS is probably still picking it up on his mic.
I'm good, Tavares. I'm good.
Doing good, man. Doing good. Just trying to not blow your guys' eardrums out with my games as far as
He plays Infinite Warfare.
I can imagine that there's going to be a lot of these anti-SJW people either leaving YouTube to go to VidMe, and so you're getting supported through Patreon because they're not getting paid anyway through YouTube.
A lot of them, yeah.
And which that'll take quite a bit of views away from Google as well.
sync off. Desktop
Is-
audio.
I don't know if y'all know who Smokey Dog is or whatever. But
I do not.
he would do like a live stream talking about like Donald Trump or whatever, and those would get demonetized or whatever, but that was fine. But even him talking about UFC, if the title says UFC,
They will flag a person.
well,
Yep. Well, there's a bunch of keywords that'll trigger like automatically. I mean, this is both people and computer algorithm.
yeah.
So, I mean, something like, I think it's ISIS. If you use ISIS, even if CNN probably doesn't get censored or whatever. But if just a smaller YouTuber just uses ISIS in a context like ISIS struck X village this week, that's immediately demonetized regardless of whether there's not any actual violence.
Unless you are CNN, CBS, or Fox News.
Or the Young Turks.
That is such garbage to me.
Well, no, like that whole UFC thing is no joke. I used to cover combat sports on Geek Essentials years ago, and there's a wrestling promotion called Ring of Honor, and they're a smaller promotion. I mean, obviously, everyone's smaller than WWE or whatever, but they're like maybe, I don't know, maybe 100 or 200 people at every show. That small, and they don't have an algorithm or anything to catch people. They go looking for people using their promotion name in their video titles, and they personally flag you. And they did that on several occasions to me.
Well, this one, like on the UFC, his UFC ones, they weren't flat anybody. They were just it says your content is not advertiser friendly. Basically, how they like their YouTube's algorithm, and it was. I mean, it's just like him talking to the camera. It's like not really even him using any names or anything like that. It just says like UFC, let's talk, and him sitting on his couch, looking at his camera, looking at his phone, talking to people, live streaming that way, and every single one of his videos has now been like is demonetized as soon as he uploads it. Like I guess YouTube has deemed his channel
too controversial or whatever.
Yeah, too controversial, not advertiser friendly. His whole channel, so it doesn't matter what he uploads; it's all not advertiser friendly.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, like he can't even upload gameplay of a regular game and not even have any controversial topics or anything. It automatically still comes out not advertiser friendly.
So guys, I think we're gonna be
Pornhub. Everybody's gonna have to migrate to Pornhub because they don't give a fuck what you put up there.
Yeah, but like as far as tonight goes, we're gonna be really pushing for views.
Why's that?
Bulletberry and Rags. Rags was live. He may still be live.
They're both still live.
Oh, okay. Well, we're seriously gonna be like
Fine, we got plenty.
No, yeah, I'm not worried about it.
That's why I was telling these guys to go ahead, like everybody that's in there, like that's watching us right now, just retweet us, like all 9 of you, if you can and you have time. You know, you're not, if you're not at a work computer or something. Definitely retweet us. It helps us out dramatically. In fact, by the end of this podcast, we'll be up to like 20-something viewers. So it's always good. I appreciate the love.
Yeah, Lichmore. I'm probably not gonna do a porno with Brim. I mean, probably not.
He says probably not, but we all know that's like low key.
I'm just happy that someone else is like throwing Rambo into that mix, because in our Discord servers, apparently I'm Brimstone and I are a gay couple.
According to all the fan fiction, we are.
You might as well be.
Why do you say that, Rambo?
Y'all, I mean, you moved closer to him. You moved to be closer to your boyfriend.
No, I moved to be closer to move to a better area.
That's what they say.
To move to closer to a friend that I've known for like 7 years.
That's what you said, but
the more
it was
you
kind of like,
explain, the more you just make it worse, bro.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers.
Hey. He sucks my dick, all right? Just so we're clear on this.
From what I understood, you were the hog.
No.
What?
No.
Do you guys need to see that picture again?
No. I'm good.
I am definitely the pit bull. I am definitely a top.
Well, I bring him coffee.
See?
Shane, I wasn't even gonna say anything, bro. You had to bring that up.
You're not helping yourself there, man.
It's because I'm a nice guy.
Yeah. Sure it is.
No, I appreciate it though. Like I was fucking dying today at work, and him, Gamer Dragon, and Metrox, and his son all came
All right,
up.
Brim. Now you're not helping with me, or you're not helping.
Yeah, now it's an orgy.
No, well, because those two are actually gay. So.
You didn't really have to say anything, Shane.
They know that they're gay.
Yeah, but you didn't have to piece it together. Now everybody knows.
So wait a minute.
Everybody was already piecing it together.
So wait a minute. So you move closer to Brim. Brim has a gay guy living with him. You let a gay guy move in with you that were actually dating. So then that kind of makes it look like it's just a foursome.
Okay, well now that gay guy doesn't live with me. He moved in with his boyfriend.
and
which
you bring
lives
him
with
coffee
Brim.
in the morning. So
It was the
it's
afternoon.
looking like you're moving to where the ass
afternoon.
is, sir.
It looks like it won't be long before you and your family moving in with Brim too.
Might as well just get one giant ass house.
Full house.
No.
Yeah,
No, this house would be called Fullest House.
Yeah,
And
no shit.
then I got dibs on being Uncle Jesse.
After Shayner moves in with his 17 kids, and yeah,
17. You got more kids than me, man.
we weren't talking about me now.
Somebody who's a grandpappy, that was awfully spicy of you.
See, thank you, Peter. Thank you.
Ha! His grandkid's gonna come out giving birth to other kids. That's just how Rambo's family works. They all have kids, like, early in age, so, you know. Kids have kids. By the time Rambo's in his, like, 60s, he's gonna have, like, 13 grandchildren.
Hey, what's up,
Yeah,
Titanfall?
pretty much, yeah.
And no name, no better name. You in there trying to start shit? He did start that whole me and Brimstone thing.
Yeah, well, you know, Kirusaurus wasn't helping either. She was saying that, like, that everybody in our communities were trying to ship us together. I'm like, what the fuck shipping? And they're like, you don't know what shipping is? I'm like, no. She's all, that's where everybody automatically assumes that you're together in all the fan fictions and stuff. I'm like, oh. So everybody just automatically assumes our sexuality?
I know, it's horrible.
Fucking bigots.
You fucking monsters!
So I've been playing around with a drawing tablet the last couple hours. Do you know what I drew? A heart and a smiley face.
With my name in it?
You had to go there, Brim. You had to go there. I did check Twitter, Ryth, and your Timmy's bullshit is not coffee. The picture I sent you of a Starbucks Frappuccino is coffee. Fucking Canada.
Yeah, me neither, Cyrus. Me neither.
What happened?
He doesn't want to see that hentai manga comic book, and me neither. I don't know what you're
Shaner
talking
and Brim?
about.
No, we're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Are you guys sure? Because we have this great picture of us going 69 standing up.
Yeah, no man.
The dog
Who's
and the,
holding who?
the
We're
dog
both
and the
kinda
hog.
big, dude.
Dude, we look like two fucking, like, pot-bellied pigs trying to 69 each other, alright?
Go get I'm not digging the hole. Look at what Brim is saying, or listen to what Brim is saying.
But you're not denying it.
You're not denying it! That's right.
Although, if he did, would that really matter?
No,
Not
At this
no.
point, no.
Not at this point, no.
Exactly.
Oh, shit.
And we got a 12-year-old in the chat telling me what coffee is.
Fuck you, asshole. He's not 12, he's 11.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. His birthday's in another
Our
few
bad.
days.
Our bad.
Hog and
12,
dog.
11.
Like cat dog, kind of. Right?
No.
And
I'm not
what's
sure
wrong with
I'm not sure if I've
69?
ever seen a cat and a dog in that same situation as a hog and dog.
You never seen the
Rambo
cat-
might be too old to know what cat dog is, Brim.
No, he can't be that fucking old.
Well, that means I've lived through the cat dog with y'all. I probably saw the first original cat dog.
No,
You never
there
saw
was
the
no
epi-
first original.
You never saw the episodes of Cat Dog?
I don't even know what the fuck y'all are talking about.
Yeah.
It was a
maybe-
cartoon.
Yeah.
90s.
Did you not have Nickelodeon, Rambo?
Nickelodeon.
I didn't watch it.
Junk.
I didn't watch it. Like once I turned like maybe probably around the 12-year-old time frame, I quit watching any cartoon at all.
What?
That's a sad life you live, sir.
No, I
still
started watching.
watch them today.
I started watching like news and the History Channel and stuff like that.
Why?
Oh my God! What is life if you can't wake up in the morning, scratch your ass, and watch a cartoon?
Wake up in the morning.
Well, see, I would
like
wake up,
TV.
scratch my ass, and watch like a World War II documentary or something.
How do you jump right into that stuff? You need to ease your way. At least I need to ease my way into watching stuff like that. I have to wake up laughing. I can't wake up and watch dead soldiers.
It doesn't bother me.
Your bipolar would greatly improve if you put more lights in your house and watch cartoons.
You're killing your soul, sir. Your inner child needs cartoons.
I don't have a
It's
soul.
screaming. I'm telling you, it's screaming for it.
And
I don't have.
while your bank account's saying stop.
watch some Popeye and some Castor and see if that doesn't change your outlook on life.
You have Hulu, I'm sure, right?
I do, yeah, but I use it for to watch like Showtime shows.
Don't lie.
Showtime
you watch The
documentaries?
Bachelorette.
Oh no, I can't watch that. That's
Reruns of what is it? OC or fucking Laguna Beach, right?
Dawson's Creek.
Why do I get the feeling Rambo's the kind of nigga that watches Chips reruns all the time?
I never even watched Chips. I mean, I watched Chips maybe like once or twice whenever I was young. It was always Dukes of Hazzard for me.
I was gonna say he was.
He watches Jag. Don't let him fool you.
He was a Knight Rider guy. Come on now.
I was a Dukes of Hazzard person. Like my sister watched like I think it was the Brady Bunch, and I watched the Dukes of Hazzard. And we were at my next door neighbor's house. My parents were visiting, and he let us go to the back bedroom and watch his TV. And I was watching Dukes of Hazzard, and my sister came in there and turned it real quick and said she's watching Brady Bunch. And I just remember like punching her in her nose, and her blood was everywhere. She was right in there.
Wow.
And my parents go, "You shouldn't have changed this channel."
Well, damn, they favored you.
No, it was the fact that she changed my channel. I already had the channel first.
Man, you were lucky. My little brother got free reign on that shit. If I had popped him one on the nose, Jesus, it would have been hell to pay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I guess I was the nice brother. Like
So was I.
What, dude?
Oh, dude, my
You
little
don't
brother got
understand-
away with everything.
You don't understand what my sister did. Okay, let's put it this way. My sister like said several times like she did not want a brother. So there was times like when my mom would we would be in the room, and my mom would leave, and then she'd come back, and my sister had like a pencil, and I had like a mark on my leg from my hip all the way to my foot, where she dug like a pencil in my leg, and just drug it down my leg.
You should tell her that's why you have MS and see how she feels.
She tried hanging me one time.
God damn.
Yeah, we're friends now, but like there was one time I remember when I was growing up, my mom always said that I was gonna pay her back, but she tried like bowing up to me, whatever, and I had gotten bigger, and so like I just picked her up by her neck and like into the corner of the room, and her friend and my friend were over there, and everybody just kind of like stopped, and my sister at that point just kept apologizing, and then after that she never messed with me again.
It's called childhood, not Fight Club, Rambo.
Oh well,
I just imagine like I just imagine her like standing over your bed in the middle of the night with a noose, just kind of breathing heavily.
Hey,
to garrote you or something.
Me and my sisters had the neighbors call the police on us before out here. We used to go at it. Like she thought she was tough, and
Lacey and Chris Reagan. Yeah, I don't know, man. How much would I pay to be a fly on the wall of that place?
I don't know. I really don't know.
$20 says Lacey loves to be like slapped or something.
Dude, I gotta feel that Lacey Green likes it in the butt. I'm just
Right?
saying. I think she is definitely a butt chick.
and she's one that probably you better like yell screams at daddy or something, you know.
Either way, that's kind of hot. So.
No, my sister is not a feminist. Like she hates. She's also like she's now turning into like some conspiracy theorist thing. Like she used to watch that, but Jesse the Body Ventura show or whatever, where he was on TV.
Oh God, that cancer.
Yeah, like she would tell me like, man, they're going to attack us. I'm like, what? Who? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And she'd tell me something about on that TV show. I'm like, oh God, like you just got to quit watching that TV show because shit, like, they're poisoning your mind with shit that like doesn't even make sense.
I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. I'd be like, you're watching this guy. Guess what? We're not talking for a while.
It's like I couldn't put up with her if she was a feminist. I could. There's like no way.
Oh hell no, dude! You'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna take this fucking knife and I'm gonna kill myself. I'll talk to you guys later.
I'm out. See you guys. I'm going home.
Going to the children in the sky are gonna help me come to heaven.
Well, go get if we are working right now with Donald Trump to actually get California's name officially changed to Guam.
Yo, no better name? Your mother just needs to get fucked really hard and she will not be a feminist. Just ask Gracie Green, dude.
What a way to hold up that stereotype, too.
I mean, that's kind of what it is, though, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, people wonder why, like, the really hardcore feminists love, like, refugees and shit, and it's so obvious why. It is so obvious. Because they're not beta cucks.
Right.
But wait a minute. Like, what's the difference between women's soccer and male soccer? Like, nobody fucking ever touches anybody, and they all just run around with the damn ball on their toes. Like, they're both boring as fuck anyway. All they do is just look different.
Yo, fuck y'all. And it's not soccer, it's football. Dick.
No, football is the NFL. We've determined that. Now, if you think football is the other one, you belong on the other side of the pond.
Rambo?
What pond are we talking about? Like a koi pond at Lowe's or something? Is that what we're talking about?
No, we're talking about like
Doesn't
the really big pond. That you
Whichever
belong on
one
the
it
other
is,
side.
they're
Of
on the other
yeah.
side.
Yeah. When we say football here in America, we know what everybody really means, and we're talking about Sunday NFL football.
I mean, I don't know why you're so worried about that shit. It's not like your team's good, Rambo.
No, you know what they fucking did? You know what they did to my fucking team? You know what they fucking did?
What?
The fucking best running back in the NFL, Ezekiel. Right? He was accused of domestic assault on his girlfriend by his girlfriend. Yet the girlfriend's friend has text messages proving that she set him up and that he never even touched her. 2 different police agencies conducted their own independent investigation and both came up with no evidence to charge him with. But the NFL, Roger Goodell said he's suspended for 6 weeks.
What? They actually suspended him for something that
For
wasn't
6
even true.
weeks. Yes, and he didn't even get fucking charged. But the thing is, though, is Ray Rice actually got charged with beating his fucking wife and convicted, and he got suspended for 2 weeks. Back in the day. Roger Goodell, yeah, he's a fucking idiot, man.
Well, what's his face got fired recently? Was it a football player or a basketball player? I can't remember. But they accused him of an assault charge. They had him on an assault charge, and accused.
Are you talking about for the Cowboys?
No, I don't know if it was for the Cowboys, but and of armed robbery, and this kid wasn't even there. So
No, it was somebody's stolen identity.
Yeah, it was his stolen.
Yeah,
identity.
it was from the Cowboys. Yeah.
Yo, that's fucked up, bro. Like,
yes, but what it was that this kid was already causing like weight. I mean, he was brand new to the team, and in that shorter period of time that they just got him, he was causing so much fucking problems within the camp that whenever they heard this, they were like, "Fuck it, man, I'm just out."
That's it.
Like,
We're out.
That's
Yeah,
it.
we're done.
And when they came back saying, "Look, it wasn't part of it," he's like, "Dude, he was already causing too much trouble as it was. Like, we were gonna let him go anyway, but that was just, kind of like the propelling point, So they were gonna let him go anyway, but it just kind of the way it came out was kind of like, what the fuck, dude? Like, that would suck to get fired from your job because you committed a crime, but you come to find out you didn't commit it, and you're like, can't have your job back.
Like, we don't want you.
What?
No.
Like,
Sorry.
why? I didn't do it, man. They're fucking over the Cowboys though. I think somebody from the fucking Eagles paid off Roger Goodell that said just to suspend them anyway, because that's the only way the Eagles are ever going to make it out of that part of the NFC.
Oh my god.
Y'all know the Cowboys were like, if Ezekiel was going to be there all season, they would have been making a run for the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, but now they're back to sucking each other off, so you're fucked. Ha ha!
Yeah.
Don't worry, Rambo. I got a shit ton of cowboy memes. No, I know what you mean. No, it sucks. I like, honestly, like, all joking around aside, like, that's one of the reasons, Rambo, why I no longer keep up with the NFL, bro, because stupid shit like that happens and it's become normal place, dude. It's like a normal thing now. And it's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck happened to the NFL that we had when we were kids, and all the teams actually kept their fucking players?
Quite honestly, Roger Goodell is what happened. Like, he has like no business running the fucking NFL. He has no sense of like uniformity or even what is that? There's no pattern of like thing. It's like, I know every instance is different, but when you have two instances of like the exact same thing and two people get a widely different punishment, it seems like he has no consistency in his reign. So it's like he just needs to fucking get the hell out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, I think he's ruined the NFL. I've gotten to
I got to put some of that on Kaepernick though, and that whole thing.
Oh yeah, people are trying to say that Roger Goodell will allow this guy to come back after 6 weeks, but they're blackballing Kaepernick. It's like, Kaepernick blackballed himself, man.
Really did.
Like, he tried turning in using his fucking workplace as his political spectrum, and I was like, that was just stupid. If he wanted to fight for the cause, fight for it in his own time, but not in the middle.
He could have called a press conference after every game.
Yes.
And nobody would have had one fucking problem with it, but he had to take that to the field.
Yes, but you interrupt. Yeah,
people enjoy. You know, people like standing up and putting their hands over their hearts or taking their hats off. They like listening to the. You know, it's just a unity thing, and it really has no other meaning than that.
Yeah.
And it's just a ceremony that people like participating in because it's traditional, and it. You know,
Yeah,
even if we're watching our teams battle each other, you know, not to the death,
Bro,
but
like,
out. Yeah.
I'm like the furthest thing from religious at all, but even I could understand and get with traditions. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
Because at that point, it's not about your color. It's not about your fucking type of person.
No, it's not even about like the anthem or anything.
Yeah, it's literally about taking part of something much bigger than yourself. That's all.
It's like, hey, we're all here on this nice day to watch, you know, a completely frivolous shit, watching a football game or whatever it is, you know. But you know what? Fuck it. That's what we want to do today, and we want to all just be a part of this, you know, moment, whatever it is.
Yep.
Yes, and he tried taking, and he not only did he screw that part of it, but then he also took the spotlight off of his team.
Yeah.
And put it on him, and that's not what a team sport's about. And that's the reason why no motherfucker wants to hire him, because nobody wants to hire somebody that is a mediocre quarterback that would rather take the spotlight off of their team and care about a team sport and put the spotlight on himself.
Yeah, you know, going in already that he wants to make a statement during the very time in which, like, of all the times, like that 1 hour, you know what I mean? The game time from the anthem till the opening bell or whatever it is, you know. I mean, that's for the game.
Motherfucker talks about oppression and he makes more money than I do. I'm like, you can suck my fucking dick, dude.
Yeah, I guarantee you, man. Me and him commit the exact same crime, the exact same fucking crime. And I guarantee you, I'm going to prison. He's paying a fine and going on about his life.
Yeah, probation.
Yeah, fuck him about this oppression. That's the reason why I say, like you can't tell me that black people are oppressed, because there would be no black person that fucking ever got off on the fucking jury. Like, every jury would be like, guilty, and every white person would have committed the same crime, innocent. Like, that would be oppression. That if you could point me to that happening, I'd agree with you 100%. But you cannot say that just because a black person that, you know, was caught stealing went to prison is somehow oppression. Like, no, the motherfucker got caught stealing, he went to prison. Like, that's what happens. But like, they turn it around and say, well, there's a white guy that got caught stealing and he didn't go to prison. I'm like,
yeah, this one time, this one case,
I was like,
this guy only got 3 months probation for this horrible thing he did, and that means that all white guys always get off. You know, oh, come on,
yeah,
dude,
I was like,
really?
but that white guy's rich. I was like, so that's the difference. I was like, the rich versus the poor. It's not white versus black. It's rich versus poor, and it doesn't matter what color you are, as long as you have the green, then you're covered. I mean, you're getting out. Why are you? Hello. That's. I mean, you're getting off of your prison sentence if you have money, not if you have white skin. Because there would be no fucking white people in prison.
Exactly. Fucking exactly. These eggnogs here are fucking Jesus Christ. I call them eggnogs because they're eggheads.
They use it as their fucking excuse. Like this is an excuse. Like, I guess if you want to live your life with excuses, I mean, it definitely takes all the blame off of yourself.
Well, you know what all this does, though, right? Like, it takes. Okay, so what's going on right now? And you have all the agitators in the middle who think they have a good beat on things. What this is doing is keeping us divided. Like, that's all it does. Instead of you and me, Rambo, reaching out to people that are on the opposite spectrums of ourselves ideologically and even racially, like, the reason why we don't go out and say, oh, hey, what's up, bro? Let's try to make this better, because 9 times out of 10, we already have this predisposed situation where we're trained to think that these motherfuckers, no matter the color of their skin, if they're a part of a movement or something of a movement, we're automatically thinking that they're assholes, right?
Yep.
Let's face it, that's really what it is. And how are we going to fix this? We can't fix this when we have dumbasses like Kaepernick pushing an agenda. We can't come together and fix our issues. You guys want fucking the supposed fucking systemic fucking oppression taken care of? Well, let's get together and talk about it. Let's have a dialogue. Don't go by what some idiot that got signed a $15 million fucking contract? I mean, who are you gonna listen to? Someone who's struggling just like you, or somebody who's making millions off of a mediocre at best play record? I mean, come on.
Yeah, but no better name. The reason why they're disproportionately imprisoned is because they're disproportionately committing crimes. And yes, probably because they're disproportionately poor, but if they have the mentality that I'm poor, I'm always going to stay poor, then that's the unfortunate circumstance. I'm poor, but you don't see me going out and
no, yeah, it really isn't poverty. Poverty doesn't
it will increase crime.
It does increase it, but it doesn't to the extent that people think it does, because there's tons of poor areas throughout history that have been virtually crime-free. You know, you can look at like Poland in the 40s or 50s or shit like that, and there's a lot of places like that. But another big thing is single motherhood, and I think that's one of the bigger
Yeah, it is.
Definitely single motherhood is.
But everything that we can point to, none of it has anything to do with race.
No,
none of it.
And I would never say that. Like, I would never say like blacks are more like prone to commit violence or commit crimes or anything like that, because I would feel no safer living next to a white person as I would a black person. Like that. That doesn't, like, they're not, the color of their skin isn't predetermined that they're going to commit crime. So I mean, the only reason there's more of them in prison is because there are more of them committing crime for whatever mentality. But if you look at if you go to say a white hood, predominantly white.
That shit's shaky as fuck, bro. Like,
but I mean, it's a white hood. I mean, I'm not saying it's like just all whites or whatever. But I mean, it's predominantly white. I said you'll see just like the people that they're trying to talk ghetto and all this stuff like that, but they don't go up and harass. They don't go up and harass like the one white kid that is like keeping his nose clean and just going to school and coming home and like doing his thing to get good grades and move up on out. But whenever you go into like say a predominantly black hood, like I've heard this from a lot of my black friends, is that they actually will put the black person down that is actually just looking to get ahead. Just like, I'm going to put my nose down and grind this out and get out of the hood make something of myself, they look at him and go, "Dude, you're being white. You're an Uncle
Yeah,
Tom.
you're
a sellout.
betraying your race.
You're betraying your race. Like you're supposed to be one of us." And it's that type of mentality. Whenever you get told that over and over again, these black people that are really trying to get ahead end up falling into that trap a lot more of the times because, like, they're getting told that so many times, and they end up becoming the gang members or the little hoodlums or whatever. And it's not anything because of the color of their skin. It's because like the oppression within their own fucking community. Like their own community oppresses them more than the world does, I think.
Yeah.
Because I've seen too many times and talked to too many of my friends that are black that grew up in the hood, and they were talking about so many kids that never made it out, like that were doing really great in school and everything else like that because they got caught up in being an Uncle Tom and a sellout, and you're talking why you got to talk like the white man and all this stuff like that, and it's all this stuff like that. They got caught up in that, and they got sucked back in. That's them oppressing themselves.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with that.
I wish I could remember the name, but there was a famous guy where that exact thing happened to him, and he explained the whole damn thing. It's exactly like you said. You know, I was in school. I was doing real well, and all my friends were saying, "Dude, what are you doing? Like you're being an Uncle Tom. You're a sellout. You're trying to be like Whitey." And so he ended up turning to dealing drugs, and then he went to prison for like 10 years or some shit. And it's like, that's his whole life ruined right there. Because at the very least, a majority of his peers, and certainly they couldn't have all been white, were telling him, your choices are bad, and you should be doing some, this other thing. It's retarded. And
I mean, I know that I'm not saying that black people are like weak-willed or weak-minded to be able to fall for that, because it's not like that doesn't happen to other races or whatever where they fall into the trap too. It's just that it's a lot more powerful and a lot more, I guess, persuasive when it's coming from your own kind.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what I bet you it is. I'll bet you it's all these people like Al Sharpton shit.
Yeah.
Because if they can't perpetuate being black is a rough, it's a hard Scrabble thing that we have to overcome. All of us, this whole group of people that, really don't have all that much to do with each other besides skin color. But for whatever reason, my group, we got to be real tough and we got to overcome all this shit in order to, succeed in this white man's world. And so it behooves them to perpetuate this entire thing. Because if other black people didn't think that being black was a difficult thing just because of the color of their skin, then they'd be out of business.
Yeah, there's so many black people that are on the news and in the communities, like talking about, guys, don't listen to the rhetoric that if you're black you have to overcome so much. I'm black and I made it. I didn't have to go through anything different than what anybody else did. It's just that they even talk about. I've seen so many times on the news where they talk about their own community trying to hold them back into the hood lifestyle, and he's like you're getting sucked in by your own people, but they're blaming it on something else. They're raising you thinking that you're not going to get anywhere in life. Because you're black, you might as well stay here, and. It's like, and you see, like all the black people, predominantly rich, wealthy black people that even talk to Donald Trump. Every black person other black person, they automatically called him a sellout, Uncle Tom, whatever.
Wasn't it Jamie Foxx right before Trump was elected? Was it Jamie Foxx that visited Trump Tower to talk about?
No, it wasn't Jamie Foxx. It was Steve Harvey.
Harvey, that's what it was. Steve Harvey. Yeah,
they called him. They
crucified him.
Yeah, I'm like going, look, okay. First of all, there people are saying that Steve Harvey don't know what it's like to be black because Steve Harvey's rich. Okay, but no, wait a minute. Then how can you go to the same people to say that, but then turn around and say Colin Kaepernick can stand up for black people's rights because, well, wait a minute, he's rich. How does he know any more about being black than Steve Harvey?
He was raised by his two white foster parents in a lovely neighborhood. and then went on to make millions of dollars
And
as a football player.
and
How
Vince-
exactly does he know about
Steve
your
Harvey
so-called
wasn't always
black
rich, though.
experience?
You know what I mean? Steve Harvey wasn't born into fucking billions of dollars.
But they say the same thing about what is it? This the neurosurgeon. What's his name?
No better. Wait. What's his? I forget. Ben Carson.
Nick
no-
Carson. Yeah.
No better name like race. I don't think race is a social construct. I mean, there's different. There are actually genetic differences and biological differences in each race.
Yeah.
Not to the point of like saying white people are superior and this and like, or black people are superior.
God, that
Not
we
like
even
that.
have to say that is.
Not that. Yeah.
God,
not
it
that,
pisses me off. You know.
Yes, but not that type of differences. But I mean, there are just like there's biological difference between men and women.
Yep.
There's biological differences between whites and blacks and Mexicans and Puerto Ricans and all
And
these different- all-
Ashkenazi Jews. If you
Yes.
really want to talk about supremacy shit, they've got the highest IQ of any. It's really not racial. I mean, it is, but it isn't. But yeah.
But I mean,
Of all the racial groups, Ashkenazi Jews have the highest of all, like standardized test scores and IQ.
yeah. But I mean,
earnings and all that kind of shit.
but to say, I'm just saying that you can't say it's a social construct because there are actually differences. Now, I'm not saying these differences are monumentous, or
Right.
I mean, they're pretty much negligible at best, but there's still differences, which means that there are actually things called races.
Kind of like how there's almost no white people in the Olympics for running.
Yes, because I mean,
Just saying, you know.
there is a proven fact that white people aren't as like their muscles are built differently that makes them where they're not as fast as the other races. And I'm not saying that it's hashtag everybody, all white
Hashtag
people,
not all.
because there are some people that were born with the like Bruce Jenner, you know, like he was a damn fast white guy, but you know, I mean, it's just to say that there's like no differences is kind of like
It's an asinine statement,
it's a
and it's virtue signaling. It really is.
yeah, it's like a euphoria, not a euphoria, but what's that? Utopia.
Yeah.
That everybody's all equal, but no, not everybody's equal because
No
It's just
two
not-
individuals are equal. How could any two groups be equal?
There you go. That's a good way of saying it. Actually.
yes,
That's perfect.
and
That's
it's
exactly
not.
how I look at it.
And yeah, and you just gotta. I mean, for people that are listening that are going to come and listen, it's like you said earlier. It sucks that we got to say it, but we do. But we are not talking about like differences, like to the point.
Uber
Like,
menches and
well,
you
yeah,
know.
but wait, what is that? What is that? Scientist that said that like that was really controversial. That was talking about how black people are dumber and because of their IQs, like genetically their IQs are going to be lower than ours, and like he was some sort of neo-Nazi type scientist or whatever that he tried to like pinpoint like the differences between white people and black people and like made them basically look like dumb apes.
Damn.
And
Really?
yeah, and people actually try to use that scientific study as like some sort of facts. I'm like going, dude, if you go into your scientific study with a bias, your results are going to come out with a bias. Like you can't. That's not how science works. You can't. You have to put like biases aside and go just with all the data and facts. But he published a study, and everybody wants to use that study. All the neo-Nazi people want to use that study, and the alt-right to say that white people are by far more superior than black people, and it's like that's not what we're saying at all.
Of course, when it's racism proving genetics, it's okay, right? It's okay. It's fine, guys.
Well, if they do it that way, then yeah.
Because it's a study.
But I mean, it's
Rambo,
we're
we're
just,
gonna have a study tonight on whether who can last the longest with sex. It's gonna be Hispanics, white people. We're gonna run
Or
some
Indians.
tests. Or Indians. We're
I
gonna run
got
some
this
tests.
one. This one is my kind of
Y'all don't
competition.
y'all don't even know.
yeah. So it's just, well, yes. No better name. That would be like the reason of the. You do realize the race of black person. Okay, first of all, black is not a race. Black is a color. if you go like to the people of like say Africa, they are going to be of a different race than the black people here in America that were born in America and everything else. Like that, like their ancestry is different.
Like, here's an interesting thing,
They're-
and I can't remember which one is which, but if you look at the Olympic medalists and competitors for short distance sprinting and long distance marathon running, they're both about 90% or 95% African. But one of them comes from strictly East Africa, and one of them comes from strictly West Africa. And like I said, I can't remember which one is which.
And
But-
the tribes there, the people there are from two different races.
Pretty much. I mean,
But, like-
they're you know, it's and this is what gets so complicated because there's classes, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you could
that's
break
what-
each race down into like 50 different smaller
right, but
regional
that's why
races. Yeah,
I'm-
but
that's
yeah,
why I'm breaking each subclass down to the race of its own because it's for easier understanding is what I'm trying
Right.
to say. Because I mean, if you look at black as a race and white as a race, well, by God, I mean you have so many different.
that's a
races
lot of
within
I mean, just
like
for
in the
whites,
white-
that's Americans, Australians, Europeans, you know, Scandinavians,
Iceland,
and
yeah.
there are a lot of differences between those groups of people.
so I mean
like,
that's
Jesus Christ,
that's the
just
reason
height.
why.
Anyway,
Yes, yeah, that is true. The way we define race does not take into account everything. Yes, I do agree with you there. We have, as Americans or as modern day people, have taken race and perverted it into what it is today. But back then, the reason why they made like separated races and stuff like that was because of the fact of where you came from, where like the actual different, not really the actual differences, but like per se, like you can run faster, you belong here, nothing like that. But races like you came from West Africa,
you belong in
you came-
Hufflepuff.
you came from East Africa, you came from North Africa, you came from Eastern Europe. I mean, there was difference. They were broke up in like kind of like that, rather than just you're white, because white covers a lot of fucking people.
Oh, you like to stab people from behind and you're sneaky? You belong in Slytherin.
Yeah, and white people, and you can't really say like white's a race because I'm white, like my skin is white, but I'm not technically. I wouldn't. I mean, I could. I'm technically an Italian.
He's Caucasian.
I'm not even Caucasian. I'm Italian. Like but I mean, you would like people determine me as white because I'm not dark to be like naturally dark enough to be like a Mexican or a black person. But that's the reason why like it's kind of hard to like say white is a race.
You Ramboed. You Ramboed. You Ramboed. You're like a robot now. You guys there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Rambo!
Yep, just Rambo.
Rambodios. You know, Rambo, so Sylvester Stallone would be ashamed of you right now.
Just saying. Just saying. He'd make that internet connection work, bruh.
Fucking Green Beret, bitch. You don't
Pull
know.
out that knife and splice all sorts of cables.
Have that shit up and running in less than an hour.
Right?
Cyrus, fucking popping a eulogy already, dude. Every year on this day, let us light a candle to Rambo's memory.
What the hell is going on, man?
There you are.
Hey! Damn.
I've been talking to y'all, and I could hear
You
y'all.
cut out like
I
30
had the
seconds
same
ago.
problem earlier.
That was weird.
Get off of Wi-Fi, scrub.
I'm not even on Wi-Fi.
I'm hardwired.
Oh, I'm always hardwired.
Not as much as me.
Got him!
Huey said, "I think the black people got Rambo."
Yeah, you're probably right. He is kinda, you know.
They came for him. He was talking shit. They couldn't allow it.
Huey, what type of neighborhood do you think I live in? I'm just kidding.
In the ghetto.
No, actually, I moved out of the ghetto. So
Yo,
I
like
called
I
it.
got somebody here that's probably lived in a black. You lived in a black ghetto, right?
but my ghetto was basically predominantly white. It was
Metro. I got my boy Metro here. In a black ghetto, how bad would you say on a scale of 1 to 10 is it for you?
Depending on where you are. If you hear
Gonna
gunshots,
get
probably
you.
bad. Probably like a 10.
But isn't that like commonplace though?
Usually.
This dude came from Louisiana, by the way.
Every other week there's a fucking cop car going down the goddamn street, so my neighborhood is probably like a 7, 7.5.
You guys don't even know. Like, last podcast, there was a lady that was going to light a bitch on fire outside my apartment, but it's not the ghetto.
I've grown up like 3 blocks away from what's been voted the worst ghetto in the country for my whole life.
Well, I used to
What,
live in the
Stockton?
ghetto, like where all
Del
the
Paso
people,
Heights, but close.
Send me your avatar so I can put you on the
where all the people were driving in the walking in the street. These bums walking the street with guns and like pointing them at each other with knives, and hookers would like stop on the side of the road and get picked up and ask you for rides. And like across the street was a drug house, and the police were there all the time. It was quite interesting, man. It was like always something going on. I could have actually filmed my neighborhood for a YouTube section.
Documentary.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about a little bit about white ghettos. We've talked about black ghettos. Let's talk about some white ghettos.
Oh God.
So white ghettos, all right, guys, is a mixed bag between silly shit, crazy shit, and just downright fucking dangerous shit. Okay, and it's a mixture of those 3 things together. At least in a lot of black neighborhoods, especially when they're like ghettos, you know what to expect. You come prepared. You know what I mean? You have a feeling deep down some shit's gonna go down if you're not prepared. So,
Shit goes a certain way in that type of ghetto.
In a white ghetto,
No.
you fucking never know, dude. One day you could come down that ghetto and you could laugh at some motherfucker that has like a hybrid truck, fucking soldered onto a body of a neon. Okay, out in front of his fucking house with a couch and a kiddie pool by his feet. Like, shit like that could be funny, and you'd see a lot of shit like that, right? Trailers, mobile homes, that shit.
Drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon.
There you go, see? But that same day, you could either get robbed for some meth, get shanked for some meth, and my favorite, what are you staring at, boy? And you might get yourself shot if you're, like, within 20 feet because he thinks anything beyond the 50-foot mark's his property.
No, and I can say just from where I moved from, y'all know I carry my gun, so, there, like one day, like this guy that kept walking up on the street. He lived down the street from me in this house where I think a bunch of homeless got together and decided to rent a house. That's the way it looked, and he always walked up and down the road, and he was really polite to me, like nice. He'd say hi, I'd say hi, whatever. We'd be fine. And the next day, like I was walking down the block just to go pick up my kids, and this motherfucker just like sees me. No, he knows who I am, and next thing I know, he pulls out a gun. And I'm like, well, okay, what the hell just happened? And so it's a kind of like a tense situation there because I have my gun, he has his gun. We're just like waiting to see who's going to kill who. And then all of a sudden it just kind of dissipates. Well, then this guy then turns around on my way back with the kids and waves.
Okay.
And then you have a person across, these people are, like the white people are crazy because they're just unpredictable. Like you never know what is going to, like one day you're cool with them, next day you're like hoping that you don't die by the same person. And then you have
depends what they smoked that day, really.
Yes, and white people are, I think, more prone to try all the different types of drugs. Whereas it seems like the other races that in the ghettos that I've lived in, they tend to like have a drug of choice, like for the ghetto, and that's like everybody's on the same one, so you can almost guarantee like how everybody in that ghetto that's on drugs is going to react because they're all on the same drug. Well, in white ghettos, it's like a hodgepodge of all the fucking drugs, and it's just like, well, we ran out of meth today, so today we're doing LSD, and then tomorrow we're doing ecstasy, and then crack, and then back to marijuana. It's just there's
some heroin on Sunday, just top it all off.
Yeah, everything is there, so you just never know what type of reaction you're going to get.
Bro, like it's crazy shit. when I lived in Los Angeles, and I mean this, when I lived in Los Angeles in that ghetto, I felt safer, and I'm not joking when I say this, in the black/Mexican ghettos than I did in my own white neighborhoods. Like, no shit, because like I said, you know what to expect, you know how to dodge shit, you know what I mean? But once you're in there, no one's gonna fuck with you, you know what I mean? Like, once you're home, once you're actually in your house, no one will fuck with you. Because they're too fucking scared to go down that neighborhood besides you. So, I mean, there's that. And that's literally how I looked at California. The most dangerous white ghetto I ever lived in was fucking between Adelanto and fucking Riverside, dude. Like, parts of Riverside? Dude, you don't even go down parts of Riverside. And that's white people neighborhood, bro. Like, those guys are fucking insane. It's like, yo, man, we're bros the first day, we're good. And the next thing you know, he's all, what the fuck you staring at, dog? I'm like, yo, dude, like, we were just saying hi the other day. What the fuck? Let's see, open link. We're going to bring on somebody. I just have to get the link copied.
Yeah, no better name. That's shit states of, like, you feel like, what was it? The thief was on the roof and broke through the skylight. And because the skylight wasn't, like, technically, you know, installed the proper legal way, he sued and won. And, like, I don't know if it was hundreds of thousands or millions or whatever it was, but it was a ridiculous amount of money. That's some nonsense. And now they're extending it to, yeah, I don't even, it's
So
disgusting.
Do you think we're actually going to get into it with North Korea?
I hope so.
Yeah, I kind of think so.
I like Sticks Hexenhammer's idea about it.
I kind of hope we do, but because somebody needs to teach North Korea a lesson.
Really, they do. That little fucker Kim Jong-un, he poops. Yeah, we know you do, bruh.
We just need to we need to put them like Japan. Like, it doesn't matter how pissed off Japan ever gets to it with America. I doubt Japan ever threatens America.
Well, and they're non-nuclear. That's
Yes,
the thing.
but-
He's threatened 2 non-nuclear countries, both Japan and South Korea. So
And
that's
Guam.
2 non-nuclear allies of ours that he has attacked with missiles and threatened them multiple times. And we know that he has. We might not know if he has the absolute capability. I mean, we're pretty sure he's not miniaturized at this point, but we know he has nukes.
He has miniaturized
And-
one.
Sure. You know, or whatever it is. But, I mean, he doesn't have subs with missiles on him yet. You know, he doesn't have ICBMs that can cross, like, half the world.
He does.
You know,
no,
okay.
he does.
Well, we can't be 100% on that.
Yeah, but I guess the way that the people here like saw his test and his tests on his ICBMs, he does have they do have the capability of reaching the continental U.S.
Right. But not like New York. They can only make it,
that is one of the.
The map I saw showed just into like California and stuff.
No,
That's fine too.
His other,
I know, right? Frisco, please.
His other,
get Frisco, and we'll call it even, bro.
His other tests shown that he can actually reach the 3 places his test recent tests have shown that he can actually reach New York, Chicago. Like, they were showing the length of his test or whatever. Can reach. They range all the way from California to New York, and so he can basically hit at any moment's notice anybody. Well, of course, obviously he's never going to hit the United States because we have our.
And that's the other thing is we have defenses for.
Our
nukes,
defenses. Yeah. Our defenses.
But he could nuke Japan or Guam or Australia or China or any of those.
We don't have the same. We don't have the same setup there.
Exactly,
and that's the United States.
I think that's what's going to pull us in, rather than actually like him trying to attack anything that the U.S. has. Yeah.
He won't. He's not. I don't think he's stupid enough to attack the U.S. directly because I think he has at least enough mentality to know that attacking the U.S. will definitely get us to come after you, but you're never going to have any damage to the people because we're going to shoot. We're never. Your missiles are never going to reach us. But if you attack like Guam or Japan or South Korea, you're definitely still going to have the same reaction, but the missiles are actually going to do his missiles are going to do some damage before that reaction is done. And I think his ultimate goal is actually having some damage done because he knows the end result is going to be us on him. but he wants the satisfaction, I think, of knowing that he killed somebody in the process. And I don't think that his missiles will ever reach America. They have the ability to, but America has too many anti-air missiles that, stationed along the borders that I'm not really concerned about it.
I think Styx Hexenhammer is right when he says that the best approach would be for us to just bomb as much as we can and let South Korea do the actual on-the-ground invasion.
Oh, I'm sure South Korea would be more than willing to.
Yeah, and that would probably work out the best because, man, South Koreans could pull it off. They could go to the North Koreans and say, hey, they'd be much more likely to get a positive reaction than U.S. Marines. Even if the Marines or the Army or whoever were the nicest people in the world, I mean, Jesus, they have been taught to just despise us.
Yeah. I think that the only thing that has ever stopped the South Koreans from dealing with North Korea themselves is the fact that North Korea is more advanced with their arsenal, and by us bombing their arsenal, it just leaves a foot soldiers versus foot soldiers, and I think that South Korea could win that. But they have better tanks over there in North Korea, and of course these missiles and shit like that. So I think us getting rid of that would allow South Korea to take care of the rest. Or we could just send SEAL Team 6 in.
Pretty much.
I think if you got rid of Kim Jong Un and his cabinet, the rest of North Korea actually would love to be free from him.
So here's the thing with this though. One of the biggest advantages we have if we take out Kim Jong Un is we would be ending literally thousands upon thousands of years of unsolicited slavery and fucking human trafficking to China. So if we were to fucking say, fuck you, Kim Jong-un, and do what we need to do in there, China no longer will have slave labor to donate to that country, and vice versa. Yeah. So if we were to do that, man, that would save up a lot of lives, man. A lot of people would be happy. They'd be able
it really would, and I think we're going to have to do something because we've taken how many years of fucking threats from this man?
Decades.
At what point do we as America go, look, it's your threats have become less of talking and more of actually firing missiles. Now we know you have nuclear, you actually have uranium. There's
Thank you, Bill Clinton.
There is a fucking problem. That we never took him serious back whenever he was making the original threats.
Well, the original threats were also kind of candid, right? That's how they took it.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have.
Because he was over here watching our fucking basketball games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they should never have taken it candidly because this man is a fucking crazy man.
I agree.
They should have taken care of him a long time ago, and we just let it slide. This is just some spoiled little kid. Just don't spank him.
Well, he did have China as backup, and that was probably what kept us from interfering the most.
He still kind of has China as backup because China has put a leash on him, but China's basically saying has basically came out and said the U.S. needs to just let us deal with him.
Yeah, but I don't. If it ever came to it, I don't think China would actually attack the U.S.
I don't think it'd be a wise move on their part.
No, that's the thing.
Than he does with fucking China, dude. If not all of our business is with China. So if China ever wants to see another dime back, they better not fucking attack us.
Well, yeah, but you also got to know that all China's got to do is release our debt, and not release it, but actually say pay up, and they cripple our economy in a second. They pretty much control us.
Which is whose fault again?
They would never do it, though. They would never, ever do it.
Because it would hurt them as well.
Yeah, because our economy would collapse, and then no one would be buying any of their products.
Yeah, because we're their largest export.
Dude, exactly.
We are China's fucking PR group when it comes to manufacturing, dude.
So I mean, so I mean, so basically, I mean, they own us, but they also there's also
They benefit from us.
there's also a very big backlash for them trying to cripple us because it cripples them as well. It's like a give. I think that's the reason why we allowed so much control to be placed in China's hands is because there was like a give and take between the two countries.
Yeah, because their entire industrial economy was based
Depends on us.
Depends on us. Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're the only ones that buys mass quantities of the types of products they are able to produce. Not like power plants stuff, but all the little things. I mean,
The shit that makes
industry
the
in
shit
China,
that
yeah.
makes them rich
No,
is what
exactly.
we buy.
It's funny you should bring that up, Peter, because we sold some of our biggest power plant distribution to China.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but like that doesn't. We
That-
don't buy
we're
their
not-
huge products. We're not buying their cars. We're not buying their, bridges or trains or anything like that. We buy little stuff, and it might be important stuff. We get a shitload of electronics from China, But it's all that kind of stuff. It's all like stuff that's easily shipped
Hey
across
guys, you want the
the
next
sea and
iPhone
stuff.
knockoff? It's coming out next week.
Somebody built one in China.
I know.
Somebody
I saw-
put together the pieces himself for I think it was an iPhone 7, right?
Yeah, I saw his video.
Now, did you
It's Cervantes. Cervantes lives there. Yeah, I know who it was.
did y'all see that now Trump today said he's not going to rule out a military intervention on Venezuela.
Oof.
Which we've talked about that, and it needs to happen as well too there because like that ruler there is like
Take
killing
his
his own
ass
people.
out, dude. Fucking kill him already. Dude.
But Venezuela's not going to really take the military. Venezuela will literally take just a SEAL team to go in there and take him out.
Yeah.
Like their army there is not anything to be worried about. So
Wasn't Venezuela supposed to be like an ally or something, or they were on the verge of becoming an ally?
they were for a little while.
Well, they were
And
the
then-
richest South American country for a long time.
They were for a little while, and then all of a sudden, like they were doing well with this when they had socialism. Like they were never classified as like say an ally that we supported, but they were never classified as an enemy either. It was kind of like one of those neutral parties that we just got along with. But now that we have the guy that took over, the dictator that took over, and he calls himself a socialist, it's gotten to the point now to where like they're no longer an ally at all. Like or even a neutral. They're just basically we're looking at them as like an enemy combatant, but basically just the leader, not the country.
Well, we need.
That's
You know what we should
something-
do? We should buy them. Just buy them. Just be like, hey, they're ours now.
We
Just buy
could,
'em. Just buy 'em.
but
Just say fuck it, buy them, and be like, hey, welcome back to the Union, boys.
your state number 49? Just kidding.
Well, it depends on if Puerto Rico wants to.
Hey, you know what? How about
you know.
this? How about this? We will trade California for Venezuela.
I'm all good with that.
Just the coast. Just the coast.
Just the coastline.
Metrox is in
Man.
here, ladies and gentlemen.
Frisco, LA.
Metroxix, welcome, sir. This is
Hey, I don't.
What?
This guy named Austin said that he was going to be down there in the chat. I don't know if you see his name down there. I can't see his name.
There's Zeldalisk, there's Manic, Rajik, and no better name. Who's Austin?
Okay, I don't think either one of those are Austin. But he was talking about like wanting to be in it, so I didn't know if he. I told him that if he was going to be in it, he had to be in that chat because we can't bring him up without him being in that chat. So apparently he's not in there, so we're good.
But no, when I was listening in for the whole North Korea thing, someone needs to snipe Kim Jong-un, and then on top of that, snipe the motherfucker in Venezuela. Be done with that shit.
Well, they
Put
can't
me
just
here
take it.
this here sniper rifle up to and including a mile within Hitler, and war's over, boys. Pack your bags.
Oh,
They
God.
can't just
And no, I know it's not cut and dry. It's like snipe the motherfucker and then leave. Like pack.
Well, no, they can't. No, I'm just saying they can't just take him out. They got to take out
like
the
all
generals and
under
all
him.
that. Yeah.
Yes, because those people are
command.
because they're just going to move right on up, and they've got to then instill, make sure they stay there long enough to make sure that the person that goes in its place isn't going to be another like a Gaddafi.
You know what I find funny though is that the fucking the Kim family have fucked over their people so hard that they believe that family created shit like a cheeseburger and the mop and all this other bullshit. I find it hilarious.
That's because it is fucking hilarious, dude. Like this motherfucker, like they think his family was born on top of a fucking mountain, dude, and that they glided down. They think he doesn't poop. They think he's everlasting. That nobody could really kill him.
They probably believe that when they like leave power, they just go to like some place in the sky.
Well, there was a group of North Koreans that were they weren't captured, but they had like problems, and they ended up being helped out by Japanese. And the Japanese tried to take them into, I don't know if it was like Tokyo or Hiroshima or wherever, but they took them to a Japanese city and said, "Look, this is how our people live." You know, and millions of people, you know, the whole, you know, we have cities like this all over the country, and they thought it was a trick. They thought the Japanese government had built an entire city just to fool any North Koreans. And from their perspective, it's really not that far-fetched, because I mean, shit, that's what Kim Jong-il and Kim Jong-un did. Yeah, they built a whole city for nothing but propaganda. So come on.
It's sad. It's like
it really is
living in fear and believing that these men did this and that and all this great shit, but it was other people around the world.
Yeah, well, I mean, like that the propaganda there, like they've gotten to the point now to where, like you're being, even if you don't want your kids to be, but you're being told these lies from birth. Like as soon as you can start having any sort of cognitive thought, all the way up to adulthood, that this is how life is and this is what happened, and you can't really blame the people there for believing that, because like they're just being all brainwashed from a very young age, and they've never seen most of these people have never seen outside of North Korea.
And that's sad, dude. Like that's fucking sad. Like these people, they are literally born into a world where they have to be uniformly droned into a community. Like you literally have to act like everybody else. You have to say and do like everybody else, and if you don't conform. You have your own idea. If you even come close to having your own ideals, you are fucking doomed.
Yeah. Oh, you'll be killed.
Oh, it's even worse than that. There was I think it was on Honey Badger Radio that I heard this story, but there was an American who took his family over there to prove that it wasn't as bad as people were saying it was. And then when the inevitable happened, like it's somehow the guy who convinced his family or whatever to go over, he escaped, but his family didn't. And if you escape, then your entire family is rounded up, and if not killed, then at the very least put in prison. And he was even asked, like, "Oh, what happened to your family?" He's like, "Well, I don't really know." It's no, you do know, bro. You know exactly what happened. It's the same exact thing that happened to every other person who escaped and their family was left behind.
He was the one that put him in that position.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of being able to say, "Oh, look, they're not really that bad."
Yeah, it's not real communism, guys. It's totally okay.
Communism is okay. It's really not as bad as everybody thinks it is.
Yeah, Che Guevara was a great guy. Sure, he didn't like homos very much, and he killed a lot of black people. But I mean, come on.
So like the crazy shit, right? There was a YouTuber that was allowed to visit North Korea. He was literally allowed to go on a powerboat through Korea, all because he kissed fucking Korea's ass. Like he literally did whatever they wanted him to do. He turned into their propaganda machine.
Yep.
He gets back here on to the U.S. and he is just fucking talking up all these great things about Korea. It's not like what everybody thinks. I'm like, come on, man. Like, are you?
Over there.
All of his videos on his YouTube channel about the North Korea trip were all the pretty places of North Korea and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, fuck all that, man. Like, sure, North Korea might be a pretty place, but you can't tell. Like, he basically kissed Kim Jong Un's ass, and they allowed Kim Jong Un and his team, whatever, allowed him around North Korea, but he could only film certain shit to make North Korea look good.
Which is fucked.
And he went along with it. Like, what type of? Well, I don't give a shit if I would. I mean, obviously, if I went to North Korea, I would do whatever Kim Jong Un said, because I would not want to end up in like that guy that came over here and died because after he became a prisoner. But once I'm back over here, I would be saying all types of shit. I would not be talking about how great it was. Fuck all that, man. Like, 'cause when he came over here and talked about how great it was, to me, like, you were out of fear of retaliation from North Korea. So you not telling the truth, that right there, to me, like, you're no longer what America stands for. I have no respect for that YouTuber.
I understand the whole. I get the whole, like, respect their shit. I mean, I understand. I get it.
Yeah.
But when you're questioned about it on your own soil and you can't fucking be honest, I can't watch your content anymore. I can't support you. I can't do anything for you.
I wouldn't even piss on you if you're on fire. I wouldn't. I'm sorry, but like we have a value system here, and like you turned your back on to me, you've effectively turned your back on all American values. Whenever you've seen, I know he's seen people in those being in those sex slaves over there, and those working slaves and everything else, like in those conditions, and that he can't talk about that while he's on the American soil. Like you completely turned your back on like what we stand for here as Americans, and I just have no respect for him at all.
And you know what, dude? Like, and
no better name.
And the thing, like you guys were talking about, like the dude had his family out there. There was another YouTuber that had his family out there, right? Or was he a YouTuber?
I don't think the guy with the family was the YouTuber.
No, yeah, I think he was like a politician or something.
Yeah.
So like,
or maybe a not a politician, but a like an emissary or something like that. I think he had gone there before, like to negotiate or something of that nature.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the guy that died when he came over here, all that was from was he stole a fucking sign. It was a piece of paper, dude. Like,
but there was really did you see the evidence of what they used to say he stole it? You couldn't even see that it was actually him. It was just kind of like a shadow of a figure. Like you couldn't even make out if it was an actual white person or not. It just looked like a black, kind of like a black blob there. The camera quality was very shitty, so you couldn't really make out who the person was. But they said that was just the proof that all they needed, that was him. I'm like, fuck, man, like that dude got railroaded, I think, because I don't even think that was him.
Did he even have a sign on him?
No, like he didn't. Like they didn't find any. There was no evidence to show that he took the sign. Other than that, like they could not find the sign anywhere within him or anything like that, or even around a trash can of where he's at.
So like, pretty much, if your neighbor hates you, right, and they accuse you, they can
if you're American,
you on the spot.
Basically, if you're American, if you're American over there and you're not kissing their ass, you're dead. Like you might as well just sign your death warrant, because you can't. How we talk about like Donald Trump, like how they talk about Donald Trump here. If you go over there and even whisper a fucking word to anybody in North Korea, I guarantee even the people that feel the same way you do are going to report you, and you will be jailed and everything else.
Well, yeah, out of fear of fucking having any retaliation done onto them and their family.
Yeah, you can't even whisper anything negative about the leader. Like it has to. If you talk about the leader, it has to be an all positive thing.
I mean, you really are fucked if you get stuck over there. I mean, you are, dude.
Yeah. and you're kind of fucked if you're American and you go there. Like that's just one place where, as an American, I don't think I need to ever visit North Korea to know how bad it is there.
Nope, never want to go there. Never want to go to North Korea.
Oh, but come on,
Yeah, I'm
guys.
good. I'm okay. I think I'll be all right with never having traveled to North Korea.
No, I can definitely just imagine how bad it is there, and I'm good with that. My imagination works pretty good.
My dude's like, you know it's bad, dude, when almost every fucking homeowner over there has a picture of this guy standing in their house. Like, tell me that ain't some crazy shit. Like, this dude literally has almost his entire village is like pictures of himself in his housing areas where he gave them homes. I'm like,
oh yeah,
what, dude? Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, right? Like, fuck that.
So, we're talking about all these different places. Do you guys know how to make a Hitler dog?
What the fuck?
Oh my
Okay.
god, I know what
I was
this is
talking to
going.
Jamie today. He called it something else, but I think it should be called a Hitler dog. And that is you take a kosher hot dog. For those of you that don't know in the chat, kosher is what Jews eat. Okay? So a kosher hot dog, you put it in a German potato bun. Then you top it with some sauerkraut and a little bit of mustard, and you put it in the oven for a few minutes. You get what I'm saying?
Do you guess it?
Dun-dun-dun.
wow.
Continue.
Wow. That
God
came
damn
out
it,
of
Shane.
fucking nowhere, dude.
Yeah.
Well, the
Motherfucking
baby's been
Shane.
screaming, and I've been, trying to get a word in edgewise. She finally chilled, so, you guys are talking about Korean stuff. I figured I'd throw in the Hitler dog.
Yeah, I mean, that's it.
Wow.
Terrible. Just terrible.
Now I kind of want a fucking Hitler dog.
Right?
It sounds good, right?
I know it does.
A chili cheese Hitler dog?
Yeah, I think the
As long as-
I think the sauerkraut and the chili would like tear your stomach
The
up,
grass.
dude. I think that shit would like really like tear you up so badly, dude. You'd be cracking porcelain by midnight.
Yep, Jack in the Box did that to me yesterday.
Oh, Jack in the Box.
will.
Did you go through the day or night?
2 in the morning.
Oh, that's why. So like tweakers usually work there at 2 in the morning, just so you know.
Yeah, but the Mad Munchie Surprise is like totally cheap.
Oh, y'all gonna do this shit for 2 for $4?
Well, they
I
got the
gotta-
Munchie boxes too, and they're like it's $6 and you get a bunch of food.
I got another code today.
Oh yeah, what'd you get?
Nidhogg 2.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it says that I can't stream or basically do anything with it until August 14th because it doesn't release till August 15th. But it looks like a pretty interesting game, a little interesting indie. I'm gonna, after I get done with Hellblade, I'm gonna jump on it and see what I can come up with on Nidhogg 2. It's one of the PlayStation, like we was talking earlier, console exclusives that are, as of right now, that's on PC and PS4.
Yeah. That seems cool though. Like, I played the first one. My buddy got me the first one
Oh, you
a
did?
long time ago. Yeah, the first Nidhogg. And it
Yeah, they
was,
said it's really weird.
yeah, it was buggy as fuck. But like the second one looked like a huge improvement.
So was it? I mean, because from what I can tell, the characters in Nidhogg is they're like fucking weird. Like they're not. It's not anything like a typical game. It's I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain what I've seen so far on it. Like, it is kind of different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not like anything you've ever played before. It's like a fencing game, but like when it runs good, there are no issues. But when it bugs up, it really kills the vibe for you. So, and that was the first one. So, but this one looks like they took away all the problems, and I really hope that's the case because it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm hoping that that it's a good one because I got one that was, I forgot, it was like Chime or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to make a review on it, basically like saying don't play this shit because it's like sideways Tetris.
Really?
Except that all their pieces are basically weird shaped. I mean, there's no. They have one straight line one, and then the rest of them are all weird shaped. Like they don't have any squares or anything like that. So, but you have to build these little things in this grid, and you have to basically cover the grid in. I guess kind of like a blue thing. Like whenever you get enough like 4x4 areas or 6x6 areas, the things will disappear. But then the grid that you were building on, those little squares will turn kind of blue. And you're supposed to like cover the whole area within a certain amount of time, but it's a terrible. Like it's like fuck. It's so boring. It's just like they're like they should just left Tetris alone. Like leave that Tetris be Tetris, but damn, this is so bad. I couldn't even play it past the first thing. I have no intention of ever going back and trying that thing again. Like that is just.
Wait, which Tetris?
It's just called Chime or something like that. It's supposed to be like making some sort of musical. Like I thought it was supposed to be like making musical notes because of the name and stuff like that. But it's basically just Tetris going horizontal. It's weird.
It's
Yeah,
very
sorry.
strange.
Can't play Tetris that way. It's not how it's
So-
played.
Yeah, back to the whole Jack in the Box thing real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's just actually entered my mind. It's kind of stupid. But I had a doctor's appointment this morning at 7. I ate Jack in the Box at 2. So that made my doctor's appointment very interesting for the second time in a row. Because I did this last time too. So don't eat Jack in the Box at 2 a.m. in Arizona.
Bruh, like what time was your doctor's appointment?
7.
You dumbass. They tell you not to
So
eat
did you, like-
anything for the first 12 hours or some shit, right?
Did you like fart on them or something?
Not on them, but when they walked in the room, they knew something was up.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't
Xbox
have
doesn't
my
do that to
1-year-old
me.
with me to blame it on, oh shit, I need to change her diaper or anything. No. It was, yeah, the pharmacy wasn't happy with me either.
You should always take your wife with you.
Yeah,
You look
I
at her and
know.
just go, honey, God.
You
dang."
get killed for doing something like that.
Have you ever been smacked in a public place, Rambo? It's not fun.
Yeah, I have, but it depends on which way you look at it.
It's not like I'm going to the gynecologist with her pretending to be your brother. Who would do something like that?
Sir, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea where this is going. Slanders, sir. Slanderous.
Brimstone may or may not have done that once in his life.
Okay. Well, Cyrus and I, have now figured
Our
out
lovers?
that the Xbox One, now, brace yourselves, is objectively better than anything else.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, cool. Sounds good.
Completely agree.
I'm down. Yep.
Because apparently, if a
Don't
game,
spoil it, Rambo. You don't need to say no more.
if you can play a game on the Xbox One, doesn't matter what game you're playing, but if you can play it on the Xbox One, then by God, it belongs in the Xbox One library. Meaning
Yeah, that's
that,
I like where this is going. Okay.
so
That's not bad, you know.
if you hook up your PC to the HDMI in, then all the PC games are on Xbox One.
I'm completely following your logic, and I agree.
If you go to the web browser and then play a web browser game, well, then that's the Xbox One game.
That's a big if.
No, it's true. It's like we've determined this.
I love it. Keep going.
If you play you can play your PS4 through your HDMI in, so therefore all the PS4 games are on Xbox One. Every game
Very
that's out
true.
there known.
Don't
Probably
phones do
are
that
on-
now too? Oh shit,
on
even the
Xbox
Vita
One.
does that shit.
Yeah, so I mean,
It's got everything. Bam.
it's every game is really on the Xbox One.
We've solved it.
Yeah.
Best platform ever, hands down, objectively. End of
You
the
can't beat
argument.
it. Yeah, you can't beat it.
Bro, in this
fucking-
case,
My fucking head hurts.
In this case, I could use, check this out, I could use my Elgato as a pass-through using AV cables with an HDMI out going into my Xbox One.
Yep.
As another pass-through, of course. There's not going to be any delay whatsoever, obviously.
Obviously. Well, no.
So my pass-through is going to have a pass-through to play my pass-through games. Who has a pass-through signal double. Like...
And Halo, I really hope that you're kidding about the web browser game because that doesn't even... Those aren't Xbox One games, sorry. But
speaking of the Xbox One, I have a bone to pick, and I have a good topic for us to talk about.
All right.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
one you... Oh, here, I'll just give you the bone I have to pick first.
Yeah, I could, because I'll probably pick
Arkham
it too.
Origins needs to be available digital.
Oh, never mind.
And they won't tweet me back. I've tweeted the support people and asked them when it was going to become available, and I was nice about it. And they never tweeted back, and they're usually good about tweeting people back. They've always tweeted me back. So if anyone knows anything, you know, fucking let me know.
I don't care about backwards compatible games. So
Rambo, I hate you.
Well, yeah,
Actually-
as a Nintendo fanboy
what?
over here, I like backwards compatibility.
well,
so-
yeah, because you learned to love it whenever you were playing on the Wii U, whenever there was no games being played, because then you actually, you know.
I just consider it a second
I've only played that
backup
one
of a
on
backup
PC.
of my other backup, you know?
And that's kind of like how come Shaner likes backwards compatible now, is because like he's like waiting for a new release, and they're like, okay, well, Arkham Origins is out
It's
again.
Batman, Rambo, you like Batman too.
I do, but I'll play the new Batmans. Like the old Batman's just,
Fuck Batman. It's all about Iron Man.
And then because it's not available digital and GameStop is a bunch of faggots, they raised their price of their used copies from right under $10 to $19.99 for a used copy.
Yep. They like the physical disc, or whenever they go backwards compatible, they get a huge price hike.
And Walmart doesn't have it, at least not within 30 miles of me. So
eBay?
yeah,
Yeah. What about eBay or
Amazon
Amazon.
and eBay have it, but I don't want to wait. I'm stupid. I don't.
really? So wait. You're gonna complain about it, but you don't want to wait, but yet you've been waiting.
I also don't want a physical copy. It needs to just be digital.
Okay. So, but this all stemmed. Is this your bone to pick, or is this your?
No, yeah, that's
Okay.
that's my bone to pick. Yeah.
All
Okay,
right,
well,
so what's a
we're-
good topic?
But wait. I'm gonna, because your 360 game.
Mhm.
Do you count your 360 game as an Xbox One game?
Well, technically, yeah.
So if I was to say, how many games does the Xbox One have for the Xbox One?
No, I don't total it in that.
Okay, because whenever you go into the store, the actual Xbox online store, you can't even see the prices of the 360 games. You can't see. You have to actually go into the Xbox 360 UI and then see the price.
Yeah.
So that would still be a 360 game, right?
Right. It's still
Yeah.
a 360 game, but
It's just playable on the Xbox One.
my achievements all go to the same account. I launch it
Well, yeah,
from the
but-
same library. Therefore,
Well,
if
It's
I'm on
because
my
he vapes,
Xbox
bro.
One, if I'm on
But
my
it still
Xbox
wouldn't be an
One, it's an
Xbox One
Xbox
game, though.
One game. If I'm on my
No,
Xbox
that's-
One, it's an Xbox One game.
No.
Okay, well, I'm not playing it on a 360.
So does that mean that like all my games on PS4 now are PS4 games, or PS Now? Yeah, like all those 450 PS3 games that are playable are those PS4 games? I can play them on my PS4.
That's a shitty term, as in
Huh?
it's like an Xbox One game or a PS4 game. It's just a game you can enjoy on your PS4
Yes.
or Xbox One.
Yes, now that I would agree, but the key thing is the thing was like, is it an Xbox One game? But it would not be an Xbox One game. It would just be a game you can play on your Xbox One. But it would not be included like in the total of your like how many games are on the Xbox One, right?
Right.
Right. Okay.
Okay. And the good topic I had involves Xbox as well. They're teasing that they're going to revamp the achievement system. I tweeted it at Rambo and you, Brimstone. I'm not sure if you saw it.
Yep.
But basically, if you only do multiplayer stuff, you're going to, I don't know, how did you word it, Rambo?
Basically, you'll see somebody like with 2,000 gamer score be ranked up there with somebody with 1 million gamer score.
That's kind of weird.
That's what I said. It was kind of weird. It's going to be kind of odd seeing that.
It's like, you know, like for the people that play like professional Halo, they probably obviously don't play many story-driven games, if any at all. They're always playing Halo. So they're looking to revamp the achievement system where the time and effort they put into Halo will count for something toward their gamer score. You see what I mean?
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, apparently they said the reason why they're doing this is because like the big talk of everybody is your gamer score, and they tend to like people. I guess people have complained to them, or people don't take somebody with like a 10,000 gamer score as seriously as the person with, say, 100,000 gamer score. But since they're a multiplayer focused gamer, like more than likely, is that they want to figure out a way to get them to feel just as important as the person that is a more of a single player experienced person.
But why? That's so stupid.
I don't know.
People
because there has to be a number. If they don't have a number they can compare EPs with, then you know. Maybe.
I think to an extent it's okay. I don't believe that if you're like just playing one game online multiplayer all the time, that you should say get as many gamer score points as someone that's playing multiple online games. Like, you know, I still think the objective should be to play as many games as you can to raise your gamer score. But I can see how they're showing like the dude bros, as a lot of people call them, you know, some appreciation for grinding on their online games.
I mean, I don't think they should be on the I think they should create like a separate list for like,
or maybe have like a separate achievements for, you know, average kills and things like that, which can only be gotten through multiplayer, and it only shows up on the multiplayer like scorecard or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, because like if you put like on the like achievement ranking system, and you put like say Randall Thor next to somebody with a 10,000 gamer score, that's not gonna be. That's just wrong, because like you have somebody with 1 million gamer score and somebody that 10,000, like 1 and 2, like that just wouldn't be. Or hell, like that could honestly be that where the 2,000 gamer score is going to outrank Randall Thor because of the however many hours he's put into one game. It's just, I don't know. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be interesting to see how they do it, because it's just weird to me.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, dude. It's just like, why the fuck should you be able to outrank? Like, should I outrank you, Rambo, when I don't play as many games as you do? You know, I own a lot. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's so stupid to me. Like, I'd be one thing if I was serious about the whole competition, and then I'd be like, okay, you know, I'd actually put in the effort. But like, this is gonna make it to where I don't even have to put effort in. I just gotta play Call of Duty multiplayer all day, and I'll outrank you eventually. Like, that's so fucking stupid.
Yeah. All right, yeah, I guess I agree with Rambo. Like, if they were to make a second like list for the, you know, dude bros or the multiplayer only people, I think that would be pretty cool.
I could be. Well, I mean, I could be okay with that, because then, like, the people that are multiplayer focused would be able to have some sort of like achievement leaderboard type thing for them.
Yeah.
But they should never mix the two together, because that's going to be really, like, to me, it just is going to be like, how the hell are you going to rank somebody with 2,000 gamer score right next to somebody with 1 million? It
Honestly,
just like,
if they're going to revamp their achievements instead of focusing on this online thing, I think they should take a page out of PlayStation's book and give the gamer something special when they 100% the game, like PlayStation does with their platinums.
The platinum trophy is like a really nice addition to the 100%.
Don't you guys get like? But don't you guys sometimes get like special perks and shit, like wallpapers or some shit?
Yeah, we like if you platinum a PlayStation exclusive, you'll get like a free dynamic theme and a free avatar to use for your.
And you can only get that avatar or
by
theme.
platinuming it.
Okay,
yeah.
See, that's cool. Xbox needs to do something like that. You need to. There needs
and
to
you
be
can
a
have
big
separate
hurrah.
ones for single player and multiplayer. If you platinum it in single player, you get an icon and a whatever, and if you do it in multiplayer, you get a different one. Who knows?
Yeah,
Well,
I mean something.
What do you think, Metro?
Matrox. Hey, Matrox. Nigga, you gotta be in my cash. You gotta be in this bitch.
Is Jamie under his desk?
No, Jamie.
Because
Jamie's somewhere. He's not down
dude, he
here.
told me that he was gonna do that. So.
What do you get for Steam levels? Go get once. I don't think you get anything, do you?
Well,
You
can get
well,
cards and shit.
You can
yeah,
get cards
you don't
that
get it
can sell and
directly,
shit.
but there's lots of things you can get, and I don't think you can earn a lot of things without also earning towards the Steam level.
Well, the one thing that I hate about Steam is that your level means shit because you can go out and buy your fucking level.
Oh yeah, they offer that
True.
whole that trade thing. Yeah, I thought that was stupid too.
Yeah, that's like buying. That's like well, you have a million gamer score, but I've only played one game.
Yeah.
It's
Metro,
like, just
remember, go to the settings and select your snowball. Don't just select default.
one thing I want PlayStation to add that Xbox has is like the achievement tracking, or they need to make it trophy tracking. Like, because there's a game like
overlay thing.
Well, no, like not really the overlay thing, even just being able to go look at the trophy and seeing like how much of a percentage you are on to achieving the trophy. Because like say on the Xbox, if you have like you have to find 100 collectibles. Well, if you collected 48 of them, if you look at that achievement, it'll say 48%. On PlayStation, if you have to collect the same 100, it'll say 0. It'll just say you haven't earned this one yet until you collect all 100. But that, at least on like with the Xbox, you know how many more you need. And on PlayStation, you're just like, I don't know how many. I just guess I keep going. I don't know, So I mean, it would be nice to have that for sure. But I do love the Platinum Trophy. I've gotten more addicted to that than I did the achievements. Because it seems like when you 100% a game on PlayStation, you get the 100, like the final trophy, and then you get that extra ding for that Platinum. And then, of course, if it's an exclusive, you get that email later on. But then, if you do that, like as soon as you 100% get that last achievement on Xbox, it's just over. Like there's nothing more, and it's not. I guess it's not as rewarding feeling as it is with the Platinum. And and like when you look at somebody's achievement score, you might see like the a million achievement score, but you don't get to see how many games. You can't just look at it and say, well, he's 100%ed 17 games or 192 games. But if you look on PlayStation, you can look at, all right, well, you've 100%ed 62 games. By that Platinum.
Yeah, I mean, and I completely get what you mean, because after hanging out with Rambo for, I don't know, probably a little over a year now, consistently, I'm at the point where when I launch my Xbox, the thought of either, okay, do I want to have fun and play multiplayer, or do I want to crush Rambo's score on the achievement board, crosses my damn mind. And I don't like that, but you get addicted to the fucking achievements popping up.
You do.
So
it's I never used to be that way. Like I went back and looked at my old ID on PSN profiles, and like there was no platinum. Like I don't like older ID, but there was like no platinums or whatever, and no like 100%. And I'm like going, man, I guess I never used to be that way. But like when my first platinum, it was like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. And then like the next one, and then the next thing you know, it became like Okay, I'm buying games. I'm buying single player games just for a platinum. You know, where I would look to see how many multiplayer trophies are in the game with multiplayer to see if it's like where I have to play the multiplayer for a really long time, and then I wouldn't even buy that game. Like Call of Duty, I'll buy it just to play. Like that's one of the I have I guess a guilty pleasure for playing their campaigns, but I'll never platinum a Call of Duty game because I'll never ever care about going to the
trophy.
Yeah, I'll never ever care about going to the. I thought I was gonna do it with the Black Ops 3, and I got bored really quick in multiplayer.
That's a lot of time, dude. That's a lot of time dedicated to a Call of Duty game. I know, I've done it.
Yeah.
What? Just a Prestige once? I mean, Brim, we've done that in maybe 2 weeks' time.
No, 10. All the way to 10.
Oh no, fuck that. There's too many Call of Duties and shooters to play to focus on one to Prestige 10 times.
Yeah, I'll go get you. I mean, anybody's gonna kick my ass in Call of Duty. Like, I run around just like as the distraction for so my other team can get the kill. Like that's what my job is when I play. I run through the thing, let them kill me, so that way my teammates can kill them.
That's where he got his name, Rambo. He just runs and fires his gun.
Yeah, I hope for the best. I've killed some people though. I mean, I've finished some matches in Call of Duty, being in positive KD, but for the most part, it's not so well. Like 0-35 and 2-64 and.
God damn, Rambo, 2-64. You've actually gotten that?
Yeah, like because like I'm telling you, like people kill me from I don't even see them and they kill me.
Well, you got to keep moving, or you got to actually hide.
Damn scrub.
I thought it was hidden.
Damn, you're casual.
Yeah, I'm not a Call of Duty multiplayer. Like these people are fucking serious
Fighters
when it comes to
or Call of Duty. If you guys want to dominate Rambo, those are the two games you play.
Yep,
man.
those are the two. Yep.
But if you're trying to beat him in achievements, careful because he'll get like a few hours of free time, and then your Twitter will blow up with him rubbing it in your face that he's ahead of you. So.
Yeah, but he plays a lot of games though. He's got a lot more time than I do.
But
Yeah, I've got a
hell of a lot.
I've got a hell of a lot more time on my hands than what most people do. Like, I posted apparently somebody, I don't know what the hell this dude's problem was, but apparently posting how many games you've beat this year ended up being like, I have no life and I need to get laid.
Of course. Because you must be a basement dwelling, neck bearded, misogynist, right?
Yeah, I don't even know where this guy came from. He had like 6 followers and doesn't follow me. And he said he's sick of me popping up on his timeline bragging about my games. And I'm like, dude, you don't even follow me. Like, how the hell am I popping up on your timeline for one thing? And I was like, I don't really brag about my games. Like, I've never even mentioned how many games I beat.
That retard that was like,
yeah. Like, I was like, well, where the fuck do you even come from? I don't even know. I've never saw your name ever. But I've beaten 42 games this year with like 23 platinums, 600% that weren't able to have, like, they didn't have a platinum. So 4,900% or 2,900% games out of 42.
And how many games do you own, Rambo?
Oh,
more than me, you, Metro, and Gamer Dragon put together.
I guess between the PS4 and the Xbox One, I'm at close to 1,000. And if you count like the PC, then I'm closer to I'm pushing closer. Yeah.
Now, do you like average like 40 or so games a year or what? Because I know you buy a lot of fucking games.
Average beating?
Yeah,
I've never.
Well, for platinums, I guess maybe.
Well, for platinums, like last year I got 30 platinums. This year I've gotten 23. So I'm destined to surpass last year's amount of platinums. I have a bunch of games like right now that are super easy that I could probably blow through with it within a week and probably come up with like 30 or 40 platinums in a week. But I just like some of those games that you can get tired of like really quick. So I play them very sparingly if I play them because they're just not that great at games. They're just quick games.
I wish I could do that many fucking games.
I play a shit ton of games though. Like as far as completing, I can probably complete. I'll probably like this year. I'll probably pass 100 games complete this year.
It's already August, Rambo.
See, if Steam
Well, I
had
only
a system
need
like the consoles,
50
I'd probably be like
58 more. I only need 58 more, and I'll be at 58 games between now and December is not going to be hard to beat.
Does Pac-Man count?
No, I don't think there's really an end to Pac-Man, is there? I've never seen the ending of it.
You can platinum it.
Oh yeah, you can platinum that in 2 hours though.
But Championship Edition?
Yeah, the Pac-Man Championship Edition. That's a 2-hour game.
Well, I mean, let's be real. How many people besides like diehards actually play that for 2 hours straight?
I do.
The platinum on that game is like if you're lucky, you can get it in 2 hours. If not, you're gonna get it in like 200 hours, because there's some of them where you have to get all 4 on the third board of the second stage. You have to get eat all 4 ghosts before they turn. But
that's
most
easy,
of it all depends on if you can get the 4 ghosts to follow you to a corner. If you can't, then
easy for me though.
You have to lure them in with like ice cream and shit, huh?
yeah, it's like because sometimes you got that one stubborn one that's like up in the top left-hand corner, and you're down here at the bottom right, and that motherfucker ain't coming down. And by the time you get up there on when you're on the third board of the second level, as soon as you bite into that damn thing, it's like they're automatically turning right back. So you ain't making it all the way up there to the top left-hand corner to eat that one, and it gets to the point where it's like it has to be, the timing has to just be perfect to get the platinum on it. And Dig Dug, I have all those Dig Dug Galaga because they're all like a 2-hour platinum if you just have everything happen correctly.
Yeah, Shane. Scrub.
Yeah, go get. I don't know which color it was, but it's just one. Like there's one stubborn fucking one that just he's like there. It's like an Xbot just up there floating around somewhere.
Speaking of Xbots, so on my way here to come live with Andrew and Shane, right?
You ran into an Xbox?
Well, no, I have an Xbox, right?
Oh,
I bought it off my cousin, and I immediately loaded up fucking Killer Instinct, and it's sad how many people don't actually play their fucking games. I loaded it up, probably like 15 fucking rare achievements, just by loading up the game and me playing it on Windows 10.
I thought he was gonna tell you guys that my 8-year-old daughter wiped the floor with his ass.
Hey, I applaud my 8-year-old daughter. She reminds me of my little sister. She's fucking savage. I'm not even gonna deny that.
That's
my little sister, though. See, the difference between your daughter and my sister is your daughter's quiet. My little sister will talk trash as she beats you, stare you down in the fucking face as she whips your ass.
Yeah, because we all know that you've got, PTSD because of your sister, right? If I remember correctly.
I mean, I trained her and then she fucking betrayed me, so yeah, I do.
See, I knew it. This guy literally gets shit on by his sister. No fucking, no fucks given whatsoever.
But
it is the funniest shit ever, though.
But it's fucking funny, because, it's my fault and my brother's fault for making her that way. And now she is, one of the most hardcore gamers that I know.
Okay, right. I'll platinum Doom.
Doom 2016 shouldn't be that hard to platinum.
No, there's only 4 multiplayer trophies, and they say that none of them need to be boosted, so that means that you can get them through regular play. So yeah, I'll platinum it. I have it. I just haven't played it yet.
I'm kind of curious.
It's a great game. It's really a great game.
I beat it. I beat it on Steam, but I never played. I did. The multiplayer sucked really bad, and that wasn't really one that I.
It's gotten better.
It's gotten better.
They fixed it up a little bit. I played it a couple of days ago. It's a little better.
Okay, good, because
it's bearable for me.
But yeah, I'll platinum that one. I have a fold how you can create folders on PlayStation. I have a folder labeled to be platinumed, and that game's in there. So
Platinum Minecraft, Rambo.
I did 100% it on Xbox.
Did you really?
Yeah, but then they added more DLC shit to it, so I haven't gone back and finished the 100% on again. But I did everything that you could do besides go into an Ender portal, kill the Ender Dragon. But so what I had to do is I went into the message boards and found somebody that had killed the Ender Dragon, and so all I had to do is basically talk him into letting me jump into his world, and then he'd walk me down to where, because they had it all built up and fancy, and he just basically walked me downstairs to where the portal was. I had to jump into the portal, and then he already killed the dragon, so all I had to do was jump out the last portal, and it gave me the achievements.
Oh.
Fucking cheater.
Fucking cheater.
That's not a cheater. That's called being useful, man. Nobody wants to. I don't like when I see some of these people's worlds on Minecraft. I'm convinced that these people are like 700 pounds sitting at home doing nothing, because they've created a bigger city than my fucking actual city that I live in.
Hey,
yeah, but all that
play games too.
all that time, I want you to calculate all those hours for those trophies that you've earned, and I guarantee you, it's still not as much as what they put into that.
We don't need to talk about. Oh, look, okay. When it break my time.
So I got a question, Rambo. Are you
hashtag not all?
Rambo, are you 700 pounds?
No. But they have
Rambo's
to be.
a tiny guy.
Yeah, I can't get above 170.
Nah, he's lying. He's like $125 soaking wet like Metrox.
No,
oh my god.
Right now I weigh about 160.
So 700 pounds. Good.
So you're like 20 pounds heavier than me.
Ask Brim. Metro is a tiny human being.
I am tiny.
Bro, I could probably pick Metro up with one arm. I'm not even kidding.
And I would be like, wee!
Yeah, Cyrus, I can't waste hours on Minecraft. I just get so fucking
But we
bored.
can waste hours on achievement hunting.
Because they're fun games.
Fucking Telltale games, Rambo.
I'm not drunk enough.
These all self-automated games are fun too, guys. They're movies.
What's funny is that if I've never played a Telltale game, I'll sit down and I'll listen to the story because it's good. But then, if I did that on the PlayStation, and that's where I played it for the first time, I'm good. Then all of a sudden, whenever I buy it on my Xbox One, I'll go and start it, and then my wife will be like, "You want to go smoke a cigarette?" I'm like, "All right." So I just let the game continue playing, because it doesn't matter if you make a choice or not, because it'll just make a choice for you. And then I'll come back and I'll have the first chapter done because I just let it play.
Do you get achievements for that?
Yeah, you don't have to do anything besides just finish the game, and you get 100%. So
in a Telltale game, every choice you have to make has a timer on it. Anyway.
Rambo confirmed. Automated trophy hunter.
If I could definitely there's that guy that has a 1,200 platinums or something like that, 1,900 platinums, something like that. But he's figured out a way to take his save file from his PS3 game and convert it over to the PS4, and to where basically all he has to do is start at the game, and as soon as he loads that save file in, he has a platinum in PlayStation 4 as well as the PlayStation 3 copy, and then he does the same thing to the Vita copy. So he's gotten to where he knows how to do that. I don't know how to do that. So if I platinum a game on that's on PS3, I have to replay it on PS4 to platinum it.
I am going to do the Telltale thing probably tonight.
Oh, you can't beat me because I still have every single Telltale game to play on Xbox One.
Pussies, I'll play the actual game. I'm not gonna play itself.
But just remember, Shaner, there for a while, I played Xbox One, solely for 8 months, and I was averaging around for the first maybe 3 or 4 months at a time, 11,000 gamer score each month.
You know what? You're such a buzzkill, Rambo, today that I'm not sure I'm going to you anyways.
Well, you know, Rambo is a basement dweller now, so.
Yeah.
Fuck sausage finger son of a bitch.
Hey man, can you get me some lemonade?
I wish I had a.
More
Hey,
hot pockets.
I wish I had a basement where I could actually be a basement dweller. My wife's talking about building a building in the backyard to kick me out and put me in the building.
Hell yes.
You're like, bring it on.
Yeah, I'm like,
Man
I'm
cave.
like, as long as we can air condition and heat that bitch, I'm good, man.
See, that's like what women don't understand. They're like, well, you're going to sleep on the couch. You're like, oh, no, where the big screen TV is? Oh, my God. I mean,
Please, no!
oh, shit. Hold on. I'm getting yelled at.
She heard you say that. She like,
Right.
yeah.
Into trouble.
She's like, from now on, you're sleeping with me.
Right? Oh, you don't mind it, huh? We'll see about that.
Hey, did you guys hear that? I think Vega came out today. Parts of Vega.
Vega did?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
It was in my email. They're like, Brimstone, Vega's gonna be launching today. I'm like, what? Hold on, let me pull up my let me see if I can pull my email up.
You want to hear me? You want to hear me say what, Reggie? Go ahead. While you're doing that, I'm just. Yeah, go get. That's probably what Shane are saying right now. It was a joke,
What?
baby. It was a joke.
Yeah.
I love sleeping with you. I love it.
I don't mean to fall asleep in my office chair. I'm sorry.
Don't hit me!
Don't hit me, mommy, no.
No, no, no! Let me see. I'm just gonna look on my phone. It's just faster to turn my phone on and do this.
Man, to play a game in I don't think we'll ever play a game in 16K. Well, I mean, I can't say ever because. Well,
Hey,
I guess
that shit might drop next year.
'Cause
These
look,
company-
I mean, we
these
never
companies'
thought an autistic
definition-
person like Reith would be conceived, but yet he was. So,
these companies like to change the meaning of words. So, I mean, we could be playing a game in like 1080p and they call it 16K. What game is it? Like, what are you talking about? What game it is already? What the fuck are you talking about? Ripe is talking to you, Shane.
oh, Reith. You know, I was saying you can never say never because, like, we never thought an autistic person like you, like that far, just in left field, would be conceived. But yet you're here, so 16K could happen tomorrow. We don't know.
Oh, they're saying Linus played Minecraft in 16K.
You can't tell the difference of Minecraft.
Okay,
whether it's
my bad. I
3D
thought
or
it was
60.
out today. It was just the RX 560 Pulse that was announced.
Oh,
or
I was like
today.
going.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say, I thought it was a little soon for Vegas.
RX
but
560 4GB card. They did a video on it today.
I was like, that's a. I was thinking that was like a silent release, man.
But
Yeah, I was doing silent releases all
cover
day.
head, but the cover head was RX Vega is here, and I thought, wow, that came out.
Yeah, I'm thinking Minecraft in 16K is gonna look like the same thing as Minecraft in 1080p.
It still looks like Legos.
It still looks pretty blocky. It still looks the same resolution. I mean, it might look sharper, but you really need to.
You might have
see that.
You might have that block of grass looking more like a square than it did before, but
I mean, you get an extra space of grass. I mean,
The pixel grass might wave on top of the blocks. You don't know.
I can get a texture fucking pack for that.
yeah.
Oh my
When they came out and said Minecraft in 4K, I'm like going,
so
yay.
Like,
I
yay?
guess like
cool.
who was asking for this shit? Like,
Nobody.
I can see those 1-inch pixels in 4K instead of 1080p. What?
that's so great.
Like,
So-
I enjoy relaxing to Minecraft right now.
No, I'm not saying
There's
Minecraft's a bad game,
there's
but
no,
it's just like
there's
no-
no need for fucking like 16K, like maybe 2K, but not 4K or 16K.
not even. I don't even think there's even that. Like it's
like,
it's
yeah,
the
there's
same
really
game.
not a reason for 2K because like at that like 1080p, there's like all you need for that one game.
Well, they were like 4K textures and 4K. Like, dude, it still looks like the same fucking block of grass.
I mean, maybe if there's like a custom 4K texture pack that makes it like look realistic, someone did it from the ground up, every sprite, then yeah, maybe. Because I've seen people do that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like that would change the whole.
Yeah, it wouldn't
like,
be Minecraft.
Yeah, I mean that would change the whole thing of Minecraft, and that would be like kind of fucked up for all the people that have grown to love Minecraft for what it is.
Minecraft
to
would
put
be
it in
Rust if it looked,
Well,
you know.
Yeah,
Well, no.
basically, yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that. But there are people who make texture packs that make it.
Well, no, that's cool. I mean, that's cool because that's an option. But if they turned around and said Minecraft in 4K is going to be like this realistic thing, then it would kind of.
It's totally not Rust though. Totally.
Yeah, it would tank.
It'd be pretty weird.
I think it would tank Minecraft. And right now Minecraft is a beast, so like they
Minecraft's
would
a
be
fucking giant right now.
they would be killing. I think the only thing more popular than Minecraft would be possibly be
CS:GO.
no
PUBG?
Pokemon.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because they're both kind of established. Pokemon's been around a little longer, so yeah, it's gonna be a little higher on the ladder.
God, I don't even want to think about how long Pokemon's been out.
I feel so old.
Gotta catch up.
Shut up.
Did you know that somebody tried?
Fucking child.
Did
Hey,
you know
I've been
somebody?
there since Red and Blue. Come on.
Did you know somebody tried to tell me that 1800p Killing Floor 2 isn't really that big of a deal because it's only 360 pixels less than 4K.
Well then.
Huh?
What kind of retards do you talk to?
Yo, he talks
is
to
it-
some strange motherfuckers, dude. Like, I can't even get in on with him that much anymore. Because these guys are so far out in left field. I look at fucking Rambo's tweet and I instantly get fucking cancer. So I'm like,
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I deal with something like going, do you not know how pixels work? It's like just not the last number, and you just
You're just
subtract the
like-
last numbers.
You're just like, nope, I got Super 8s.
I'm like, there's like a big, like, think like what 2 million pixel difference between 1800p and 4K. But yeah, like let's just ignore the other side of the equation there.
like, I don't know how you do it, Rambo, but you got the dumbest of the dumb that come to you, dude. And I'm just like, I'm like, nope, not today. Nuh-uh, nope.
And
Nope.
there's
You know what's
Like,
funny?
Shane, take my phone, please!
and
You know what's funny is-
they come in seriously convinced that they're right.
I could sit here and explain tech shit to my mom and my dad, and they would get it faster than these retards. I swear to God, they would.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. And this guy today tried to tell me that Halo 5, Titanfall 2, or Titanfall 1, Killer Instinct Season 1 and 2 have all sold over 10 million copies on the Xbox One. And I'm like, show me a link to any of them. And the only thing he could show me was the Titanfall, that tweet that they sent out saying that we're celebrating 10 million. And was like, okay, well, that means they're talking about 10 million players. Like, that was a misconception by everybody in the media, and they had to come back and, correct it. No, it's not. Nope. It's 10 million on Xbox One. Okay, whatever. Then he tried saying that Halo 3 sold 20 million copies. And Halo 5 has done better than Halo 3. Because he linked me a video where Michael Pachter was talking to somebody, and Michael Pachter said Halo 5's microtransactions have made more money than any Halo DLC pack out there.
But that's fucking microtransactions.
And I was like, yes.
Copies.
Oh no! Whoa! His thing was like, well, they have to have the game to have the microtransaction,
Fucking idiot.
and you buy the microtransactions on the same screen you buy the DLC, so it's the same. It's a DLC, and I'm like, no, oh god, no, oh god.
Yeah, that's
Like
way not. You cannot even.
you're.
Not even a
Like-
little.
Shane, we're gonna go get a gun, Shane!
Yeah, it's like you're like in a fucking rabbit hole that I can't. I refuse to jump down there with you, man. Because
Not to put anyone down that plays a console, because I play consoles a lot. But if you gotta sit there and defend your platform of choice with such stupidity, you just need to stop gaming. Just stop.
Yo,
gaming.
you need to go and like somebody that's like that. You need to go fucking jump off a goddamn bridge called reality, and hopefully land on it because your ass is fucking stupid. Like I don't mind trying to help. I don't mind helping people like that. I try to like get people to understand technology. So like usually the first thing I do is I try not to cut them down because of their ignorance. But sometimes, dude, like these idiots, you can't help it, dude. Like you just want to fucking smack them.
Yeah, it's like I started out this guy like having this conversation with him, but then the further and further we went, I was like, I just ended up having to say like, dear God, you just pretty much are stupid at this point. Like you
motherfuckers don't need Jesus. You need Nintendo.
Like you
go there and stay there.
This shit's so stress-inducing. You think you'd have to call Captain Save-A-Ho for them? You calling Captain Save-A-Ho for yourself?
Yeah, and Halo. I don't know. There's no record if anywhere I can find that Halo 3 sold even 15 million copies. I know it's so, like the only thing that I've seen sales-wise was that it was listed on the Google search at about 8.1 million, and then on VG charts it's listed around 12 million. But there's nothing. I looked forever trying to find the total sales, like a legitimate source, but I could never find anything that says like how much they sold. But yeah, sorry, it's just 20 million, no. And I don't think any Halo has sold 20 million by itself.
If any of them, it's probably like maybe like 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah, maybe the first couple, maybe.
Like the first,
and that's
like
a big maybe.
Trilogy, maybe. I'm sure 1 probably came close, maybe 2.
Yeah, but he just couldn't fathom the idea that like as of right now, the only thing we know right now is that Uncharted 4 is like the highest selling exclusive for either console. But he's like, no, because that thing sold 9 point some million, and Halo's like Halo 5 is above 20 million, and I'm like, oh God, no. Like, how do you get that math? Like,
yo, it's like it's people like that, dude. You want to bap them on the nose and say, "Stop it, stop it."
Yeah, it's like even George Bush Jr. wasn't even this fucking bad at math, and he has some pretty bad math.
I mean, you're not wrong. Just gonna say that.
Like, it just.
I really want to know where these people come from. Like, is there like a literal like nut house that they got released from, and today is their first day of freedom? Like, I just want to know, bro. Like,
yeah,
probably.
I really. That's the reason why. That's mainly these Xbox. I'm not saying that the Xbox people are stupid, but the ones that come at me are the ones from the Xbox side. I'm sure the PlayStation guys are just the same. But that's the reason why I always joke around saying I think owning an Xbox might be bad for your health, because like there's something in these people's water that I don't want to fucking drink. That scares the shit out of me, because these people are fucking stupid. Like, just
one of us.
Yes, hey. It's like whenever you talk to these people, then you're like going, you're the guy that probably talked to the PC gamer, and now that's the reason why we're all labeled peasants and idiots, because they talk to you. Like,
yeah, I can see that being a thing. Yeah, I can see that being a thing.
You are that asshat on Top Hat stream that everybody is fucking laughing at. Stop it.
Yeah,
so then what that means is, Metro, stay away from the PC gamers. You're making us look bad.
And you smell funny. You smell funny.
Fuck you. If anything, I'm making you guys look better with my Reinhardt. Reinhardt. I can't speak. Fuck off.
Are you trying to talk? Is that Ebonics?
Take the dick out of your mouth.
School has failed me.
Yeah, right.
Failed me.
The whole PC beggar thing, I've never. I'm sure there might be, like, they could, if you looked hard enough, you could find a PC gamer that was begging for a game. But the links that they showed, simply making a petition or asking a dev to bring the game to PC isn't really begging. It's just simply asking a question.
Please let me purchase your product.
I mean, in a way,
it's hardly begging.
Like the one game, that Dragon Ball fighting game, like people are like, they're asking the devs on Twitter, like bring it over to Switch, like it's on all the other ones, but they haven't considered Switch yet. I mean, that's not begging, that's asking.
That's
Yeah, I mean, like
pedos.
Shut the fuck up.
well,
I'm like
could
10 days
be-
away from your house. I will come to your
it
house.
could
I
be
have
that
a key.
it could be that the Switch won't run it. Like the Switch is basically just like an iPhone.
And well, Rambo's sexual preference.
No.
Are you sure?
No, every time you buy a Switch, it comes with a kid.
Rambo likes it in the pooper.
Oh, we already knew this. This is something we discovered about Rambo a long time ago.
Oh no, no.
He says no, we say yes. He says no, we say yes. It's usually how this
And if the
goes.
Switch came with a kid, well then Jamie maybe send that kid back then.
Yeah, Cyrus definitely Pong Master Race because Pong was the fucking shit. None of y'all got to even experience Pong, did y'all?
I've played Pong before.
No, I mean the actual Pong system.
Yes, actually, I have.
Yeah,
my uncle
my
had that
grandpa
shit.
had one.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I never
Those
played
Atari.
the system.
Surprisingly, I never got to, but Atari was the earliest
I played,
console
like-
that I ever
I
played.
played like the re-releases of Pong and Asteroids and stuff like that.
Pong, the console was so much fucking fun because you had those little things that stuck on your TV.
It's like all you had was like the dial too, huh?
Yeah, and then the dial just to go back. It was a lot of fun. I mean, it was very made gaming very simplistic, but it was a lot of fun. I have a lot of memories playing that game. I mean,
So-
you basically you got to turn your one game into several games by putting a damn sticker on your TV screen. It was great, man. It was like it's a different fucking game. Look, I modded it.
Texture
early-
packs.
Yeah, it's like,
Early
it's a texture
modding
pack.
and texture packs at its finest back in the day.
Yeah, it was great, man. It was fucking great. But yeah,
And then-
Jay
And
Caesar,
PC modding was born.
he mentioned Pitfall, and Pitfall was the shit, man. I love Pitfall. And no, not Titanfall, not Pitfall on GameCube. No, the actual OG Pitfall on Atari 2600 was damn.
And they
I would
also,
love to.
dude, Pitfall was on everything back in the day. They even had that big
Yeah.
of a Retron, dude. I was like, God damn.
DOS too, right? Didn't they release
Yeah.
a DOS
Yeah.
version
Yeah.
of it? Yeah.
I would love to see a remake of Pitfall like in today's standards. That would be a pretty damn cool game. It'd be very simplistic, but it was like that game was pretty. That game got pretty tough the further you went in the levels.
Yeah.
The DOS version was just that little white pixel stick figure guy.
Yeah.
Hey, they had 16-bit color eventually. Come on now.
Yeah, my wife always gives me hell because like she was like always tells me like you were the one alive back before color was invented.
I'd be like, woman, you hush your mouth and make me a sandwich.
How old
I
was
can
your
remember
wife?
my wife. Oh shit,
Yes, he's like 18.
Hit.
she was born in '81,
Damn, Rambo, she's only 2 years older than me.
so I don't know how old. Like I think 36.
I
robbing
mean,
the cradle a
dude,
little
I'm
bit
gonna,
there, man?
yeah, right.
A little bit.
I'm 41. It's 5 years difference.
That's a pretty big difference.
So when you were in
But, like-
8th grade, Rambo, guess what grade she
Yeah,
was?
yeah, shut up. We've done this math, and that
Fucking
She
pedo.
was learning
Yeah.
her times tables.
yeah, back in the day, yeah, it was pretty bad. Like she was still in school whenever I was having a family. But so I can remember to this day, like when the VCR was invented.
Sorry, that's just funny.
It's like, I remember when color TVs turned to color. Like they were always black and white whenever I was growing up, and then they turned to color. It was
Hey, Rambo, what was it like after the dinosaurs?
Was your high school diploma chiseled on a stone tablet?
And did you guys still use Abacus?
The one thing that I can say though that y'all can't say is that I've lived through a lot of technological advances, and y'all have.
Yeah. No, was Moses really having a bad hair day when he brought down the Ten Commandments?
What Rambo's saying is, since he's lived through a lot of shit, he was there when NAMM happened. So you was right there with Forrest Gump, weren't you?
Yeah, right. I hope so, right? I mean, I'm not.
Yo, dude, you're talking to Lieutenant Dan's best friend right here.
What do you think? That movie was very touching, man.
It brings back memories.
I'm not gonna lie, I cry when I watch that movie.
He's like, I lived through it, and I miss President Kennedy.
Well, I guess this just turned into a roasting fucking Rambo moment.
We love you, boy.
Yo, but seriously though, that is cool though. Like, I mean, just think about it. I mean, this chick was going to high school when you had your first kid.
Actually, I think that. Let's see. I was in. My first kid was born in '94. Wait, no, '96. So 91. No, she was still. I don't even think she was in high school whenever I had my first kid.
Really? You don't say?
I think she was in middle school. Like,
damn, nigga.
Terrible.
Yo, he was hitting that shit hard. He was like, "I'm in my 20s again."
Fuck hell, nigga.
But once you get out of school, then it's all age is just a number.
Well then, that awkward.
With Rambo's Corner.
How to get him after sophomore and junior year? You don't do anything until they graduate, right, Rambo? That's the thing.
Yeah, once I graduate, then like it's just a number at that point.
Jesus Christ.
Terrible.
No,
I love it.
I am not the K Mega. I'm L Mega of the PlayStation Legion. No,
If I were a Rambo, my family would fucking hate me. They were already strict on me.
Do they know your current relationship?
My mom does.
Oh, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
He's like, yeah, I'm not as cool with my wife. I'm good. Like, goddamn, Rambo, I'd hope so after all this time.
Yeah, like my mom takes my wife's side more than mine, but
like, Mom, she beats me. Good. She's doing what I couldn't do.
Yes.
Is there some traumatic events you want to talk about?
Hey, you guys, what do you guys think about Asus monitors? Are they any good?
Asus monitors?
Yeah.
Never had one.
I have an Asus monitor. Or no, I have an Acer monitor. Yeah.
I used to mess with some of them.
I rock two Acers right now, and I love them.
Yeah, I think the Asus is, well, from everything I've heard,
they're what now? You're breaking up.
Their glass panels or whatever are good. Like not the LCD, but the LED ones are good.
Yeah. From everything I've ever heard about them, they're good.
Because they have what they call an eye care. Okay, so I'm looking at the Asus Designo MX 259H 25-inch as a console monitor to stick right here in the center, so that way I'm not having to look away from my stream chat. So
wow.
What?
They apparently, the way it looks is that this guy, this verified account, Adam Weinstein, is a senior editor at Task and Purpose, but he tagged a picture of what it looks like to be possibly white supremacist. It's kind of hard because they're all holding candles and it's nighttime, so it kind of hard to tell like what they're at and what they're doing.
Are they wearing white hoods and stuff too?
No, I can't. You can't really see. Like I've drilled down in that. The majority look white, and they're dressed in. A lot of them are dressed in white, but it's kind of hard to tell. They're not in like the hoods or anything. But it says he just has a quotation above it that says, "Actually, it's about ethics and gaming journalism, basically Gamergate." Like, how do they turn everything into Gamergate? Like everything that's bad into Gamergate?
Because that's their goal now. I mean, it's no longer. they don't really have anybody saying what Gamergate is anymore, fighting for it anymore. A lot of us just stopped. We're like, fuck this. It's not
There's
even really
no
worth
cause for it anymore.
Yeah.
There's no end goal.
It's just kind of spiraled out into this stupidity that nobody really cares about anymore. That's all.
I guess they seem to think that the journalism is like really on top notch or something.
Oh, these idiots? Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. They think everybody should listen to anybody that's called a journalist or somebody who has in general some sort of degree in reporting or whatever. Like it's stupid, dude. Like it's so dumb now.
It's very polluted at this point.
Oh yeah. Ryth wants to play you on Brawlhalla, Metrox.
Nah, I'm good. I'll whip his ass.
Square up, nigga, square up.
Nah, we'll probably be even, or he'll probably beat me. I don't care. I don't play Brawlhalla to give a shit.
I tried asking for a code for Brawlhalla, but they said that the only codes that they had were for PC or whatever, and they said they had some for console, but it was going to be very limited. So
Brawlhalla's free on Steam, I believe.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know. See, I don't know. I don't play on Steam right now, but the codes they were for console, they didn't have, so I never got it. I don't even know anything about Brawlhalla. I was just looking for free games.
It's pretty much like a brawl fighter, kind of like Smash Bros in a way.
Yeah, it's a Smash Bros clone without Nintendo characters.
Yeah, it's interesting though. Because they have like weapons that drop and shit in a way.
And it's probably fun if it doesn't have Nintendo characters in it.
And so
Still no voice acting though, Rambo.
Oh, well, never mind.
And so for the person that was down in the chat, so yeah, the Acer computers I've only heard bad things about, but the Acer monitors, I have an Acer monitor, and I have two of them in fact, and I
have three.
They are amazing. In fact,
Yeah, I have two.
In fact,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just looking at something to get for my console. It's either between Acer or Aces. I was just thinking of something to switch up, just something different. That's all I was looking at it as.
Yeah, I have three Acer IPS monitors, and I would never suggest anything other than Acer. Like, these things are great.
Yeah.
Although, if you're ever looking for a cheap monitor, fucking Elements is not bad.
I'm looking for anything that's like, sub 150, 23 to 25 inches. Either one of those two are fine.
I mean, my AOC is like
I've dealt with. I might have to come up and check out your AOC then, see what your AOC looks like.
It's like 150. It fluctuates on Amazon between 150 to like 149. So, and yeah, Prime.
It's not bad, Rim. It's really not.
It's beautiful, to be honest.
I'm waiting for the.
I like my AOC.
I'm waiting for the 4K HDR monitors to come out.
That's because you're gay, Rambo.
Totally gay. But then again, I can't speak.
Well, if I'm gonna buy it, like I want to be able to get. If I'm gonna since I bought the PlayStation 4 Pro and I'm buying the Xbox One X, it's kind of pointless to buy them and just play on 1080p screens.
I mean, true. If you're gonna get Xbox One X, you might as well play what it's intended to be used for.
Yeah,
unless you really like frame rate and they give you options to let you
change
keep
shit.
1080 for like 60 or 80 FPS or something.
Well, from what it looks like from the devs that develop the multi-platform devs that do for PlayStation, that's not going to be an option. It's either just going to be 4K or super sampled down to 1080p. But
I feel like that's dumb. Like,
I don't know. Everybody's like
hyping
super sampling, but like it's
not actual.
Really,
it's not actual 4K. It's super sampled. It's not what it's.
Yeah, it's
not what it's designed to do.
It'll look a little bit better, but it's not going to be like this huge wow moment. I don't know. Do y'all think it is? Do y'all think super sampling is all it's expected it to be?
No, I don't.
Not really, no.
I've done some super sampling when I put on PC, like put everything like in 4K and brought it down to 1080p. But it didn't seem like it made that big of a difference. It wasn't the same as playing in 4K, like seeing the difference there.
Is it still considered super sampling if you bring up the quality? Like for example, like Overwatch has their new recording mode, right? And you can play a game, and if you play the game, you can tell it to record it. It'll save it, and it'll keep it for 24 hours. And you could locally record it and change it from your normal version up to like a higher graphics version. Would that still be considered super sampling? Or is that
because super sampling, basically what they're going to do is they're going to have a 4K resolution and 4K textures brought down, but you're only going to be able to see those textures in 1080p. So they're going to be a little bit clearer than the 1080p, like the regular 1080p pixels, but they're not going to be as clear as playing on a 4K screen that with actually having 4K textures.
Now you see, if super sampling were in the way of the Overwatch recorder, I'd see a reason to be hyped, because it takes shitty looking graphics and it bumps it up. But that's only after it's been played. Now if you could find a way to do that on the fly, then I'd see a reason to be hyped. But bringing it down, there's no point. The whole point of you getting a 4K monitor is not to choose between low resolution and high resolution. Obviously, you want to play in high resolution.
Are you sure?
Unless you're an idiot.
But are you sure? Do you know what you're talking about?
I'm as sure as the bagels in your refrigerator.
Shadow, that's what I was thinking it is. It's basically going to be just a better anti-aliasing.
That's mainly what it's for.
Right. Truly what native 4K means is that everything was shot with a 4K camera and processed into with 4K in the 4K resolution, and then brought to you in the played in the 4K resolution. So usually what happens is they'll shoot it in a 2K camera or even a 1080p camera, then I guess render it on their PC in a 4K, and then you have the 4K thing. So there's very few things out there that's true native 4K. Even the 4K movies that you buy, most of them are 2K movies. Actually,
yeah, majority of them are 2K.
Yeah,
why it's you just might as well buy a normal version of the disc.
Very few things are actually rendered full true native 4K.
Well, we're coming up on the 2.5 hour mark. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to talk about?
Let's see, what else is it?
Threadripper benchmarks are out.
Oh, they are?
Yep. Yeah.
How are they looking?
Apparently a whole lot better than anything Intel has to offer in that level.
Really?
Yeah, even on I didn't actually read it because I'm not really interested in Threadripper. I've got my 1700. But from the quick overview I did, it looks like on just about everything they're either getting equal to Intel or much better. So anybody who wants Threadripper, there's probably a bunch of videos on YouTube. I think Gamers Nexus did one, and they did a few others for heat spreader information.
And they were
Gamers
Nexus was one of Threadripper's biggest fucking critics. They weren't buying into the hype like everybody else was. They were like, no, we're gonna wait this one out because Intel's done this to us before and burned us. So they actually waited it out and were extremely critical about it, which I appreciate.
They're a great site for hardware. They really are. I mean, they delve deep. They do teardowns. They do benchmarks on all sorts of things in all sorts of ways, and they really they document everything. They're a good channel.
Oh yeah.
Somebody mentioned in the chat the No Man's Sky update.
What they add?
We did kind of cover it earlier, but I guess we
Yeah.
can revisit the topic. They added pretty much the things that they promised at the beginning. I mean, it's taken a while for them to get it in here, but I mean,
You've got to give it to them. They at least came back and fixed. They at least came back and fixed the problem.
Well, with all the hate with all the hate they've been receiving, like, I'm surprised they didn't just take the money and run. And that's a lot of shit that these people aren't understanding. Is you guys could, like, a lot of people could talk shit about these guys all they want, and granted, to a degree they deserve it, right? To a degree, we can all admit that. But if anything that's redeeming about him is at least the guy is coming back and he's repatching, trying to fix the shit, trying to make sure everything works fine. I mean, at least he's fucking trying. He could have been an asshole and be like, you know what? Fuck all of you guys. Peace. I'm out.
Because he didn't have to do it. Like he
the No Man's Sky dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, it's too little, too late. Like I appreciate he's making the effort now, and kudos to him. But yeah, I'm never ever gonna buy it.
Well, yeah. I mean that's fair. But I mean, like, people were, I guess, the update was supposed to be out today, and it was a little bit late. And so people were, like, shitting all over him, like, going, where the fuck is my update? I know he was lying, whatever, like, just, like, going crazy. And Ryan McCaffrey, I think his name is, from IGN, basically said, okay, there's one thing about being pissed off at the original base game was not what we were sold, but bitching to this degree about a free update actually fixing the game to where it was supposed to be for, like, with no extra pay to them. He said it's kind of like being a little bit entitled.
It's entitled. It's entitlement, and it's fucking petty as shit.
He's like the guy could have, like what Rim said, like the guy could have took your money and ran, but yet they spent this past year working, putting their nose to the grind and saying, okay, look, we gotta deliver on what we promised, and we're not charging anybody anything extra. We're just gonna do it, and they did it, and these people were pissed off and, like, back to the same old, like, the way they were when No Man's Sky was just delayed. Since they did get their free update within by the exact time frame that it was expected to be out today.
I'm sorry, but I don't know how these guys do it. I really respect him, dude, like, to a degree that he is willing to go through all that bullshit just to clear his name. I would have said fuck it by then. Like, all the death threats, all the crazy shit that the guy's been through, I would have been like, you know what? You motherfuckers could just sink. Like, simple as that. Like, some of these guys...
I would have taken pictures
Nintendo
with my bank account, dude, from their money and be like, fuck you guys.
Oh, yeah, we could have done that. I would have done that, too. Like, I mean, these people are fucking ridiculous, dude. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, the guy's trying his ass off to get this shit done and ready to go for us. Because I actually enjoyed the game. I actually liked it. I'm one of the few people in our group that liked it.
If it had an actual campaign, it would have been a great game. Like, okay, if No Man's Sky had been a 3D version of, like, Master of Orion, where, you know, there's, like, you know, in any, you know, if you went, like, a whole day in any direction, you'd meet, like, 3 or 4 different alien races, and some of them would have been friendly, and some of them wouldn't, and, like, you know, there could be factions and fights and all sorts of shit. Like, that would be an incredibly fun game.
Yeah.
You could play that for years.
I honestly thought that, like, whenever the little bit, I own it on PC, not console yet, but when I played it on PC on launch day, I was one of the few, like what Brim said, that actually enjoyed it. I wasn't like the one, like, going, well, damn it, like, this thing ain't there, and this thing ain't there, and this thing ain't there. I was like, it's fun. I mean, it's.
Dude, I was right there with you. You bought you bought that shit the same day I bought it. I was like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna fucking buy this, dude. It looks good. Because you and me were like, we were the ones that were like, oh, it can't be that bad. Because we were reading all the Twitter shit and the fucking the nonsense, and people were going in, dude. And so me and Rambo were like, you know what, this can't be that fucking bad. So I bought that bitch on PS4. He bought it on PC, and I was like, you know, this really isn't that bad. Like,
no.
The only thing I hated, bro, was, like, my PS4 did crash. It crashed a couple of times. I'm not gonna lie. That annoyed me more than anything. Now the promises that were delivered, was I pissed off about that? Not really. No, I wasn't.
I don't see No Man's Sky as a console game, anyways. I mean, it seems more like something you'd play on the PC to me.
Right.
I don't. I haven't. Like, I've never played on the console, but like I don't know, the game that was there. It was fun. I mean, I wasn't bitching about it. I wasn't felt like that I was robbed of $60 or whatever. It felt like a game, and I was enjoying myself. It kind of felt like Minecraft on space, but just differently. It was, I don't know, it was a lot of fun.
I mean, yeah, it was pretty bare bones, but it looked interesting. I mean, when they added more stuff, like you can build your own base, it brought more into the world. And in fact, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Astroneer. When Astroneer finally came out, I started comparing the two games. It kind of reminded me of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I don't understand how people. I mean, I guess it's definitely some people felt slighted by the.
Oh, come on, man! You and I both know, dude. They went on a witch hunt.
Yeah, but they
fucking witch hunt.
Well, anybody who pre-ordered the game, I mean, I know pre-orders and all are just cancer, but
they were the ones
they
who
really got
pissed.
Yeah, and they really did get screwed because that's the thing. If you make promises and you don't deliver, well, sorry, that's kind of on you.
Yeah,
but that's the problem with pre-orders is they tell you all this shit.
Yeah.
They tell you all this shit you want to hear. You buy in to the promise, and they don't give you shit. And they're like, "Oh, well, it's coming in an update."
But see, I pre-order all my games.
But no, but you know what I mean? Like some of the games, some of them, they don't come with, nowadays it's probably majority of them.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't really, I think it just really doesn't bother me. Because I don't ever, if I see a game that I like, I don't ever follow all of his news conferences and his little one-on-one things where he was making these promises or whatever people were talking about. I never followed that. So the only thing I ever saw was the E3 original presentation. So whenever I played it, I didn't feel like I was really missing anything because I didn't see all the different little promises that he made and shit. I was just like, all right, it's a cool game. Whatever and that's how I am with my games now. If there's just games I know I'm going to like or games I'm interested in, I'll pre-order it. It's not so much I'm pre-ordering it because I don't want to, I don't want them to run out or anything like that or whatever like that. It's just so that way at 11 p.m. the night before, it's automatically preloaded to my thing. I don't have to leave the house at all. It's just there. I can start playing it the day it comes out or the day before actually.
Yeah, if you're asleep when it comes out, it'll just auto load, download.
Yeah,
and wake up
I'll be ready to. As soon as I wake up in the morning, it's already loaded. I'm ready to. I can just press play and go. So I mean, it's. I don't know. I just I can understand that these people felt screwed, but the way they behaved to him was way
unacceptable,
way beyond any level of.
Because they said these niggas death threats. They threatened to go to their place and fucking burn it down. And all kind of bullshit.
Bro, and you know what? In the first couple of months, sure, I would have been like, okay, you know what? They're pissed. They're angry. Let them get it out of their system, right? Dude, how long has it?
Almost a year.
Yeah, it's been on for a fucking year. I'm like, yo, how the fuck are these guys still have it in them to do the right thing? That's where I have to applaud them for that.
I would have probably either given up or just fucking shot myself. I'm sorry.
Well, he made quite a bit of damn money off of No Man's Sky because it was, despite even all the bad press, there was a lot of fucking copies sold.
Mm-hmm. And there are still people like myself that still kind of enjoy it.
Yeah.
I don't hate the game.
I just keep on forgetting to rebuy it on console because I'm gonna go through it and play it.
Dude, it's fun. Going through all the different planets and shit, and just going through some of the things will bother you. There's obviously cloned AIs where you'll see 4 of the same guy in the area. But I mean, if you get past that, you get past some of the lookalike planets. I mean, it's really not that bad. I mean, I did experience quite a bit of randomness throughout my travels in that game, and I thought it was really good. I liked it.
Had someone not pointed out the fucking trailer and shit, I probably would have never really noticed that there was shit that was legit people being mad over.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Since I didn't follow all that shit to where I never, and one of these trailers they show at E3 and shit, I've never sat there and really paid attention to them to the point to when the game releases, I know that something's missing or something doesn't look right.
majority of the times, sadly, you should never really pay attention to the trailers. Pretty much the only person for trailer shit that you even should be paying attention to for graphics and detail and shit is sadly Nintendo and a few other people that don't break their promises.
Well, to me, I don't understand why people think a trailer is a promise. A trailer is a fucking commercial. If that's the case, I mean,
it's pretty much a commercial.
Go look at every commercial for every single food place and tell me if you go to that food place and you get food.
You do not get a burger that looks that good.
It's just. No. So I mean, to me, the trailer is just a commercial, to get you wanting the product. The product's never going to be as good as the commercial or look as good as the commercial. So I mean, I've just never looked at games the same way as these other people do, to where trailers are the end all be all. If they show it in the trailer, it's got to look like that and be like that exactly in the game. It's just
even for movies, fucking
the trailers. There's
for Transformers, there's shit in the movie, and I'm not gonna spoil anything for the last night, but there's shit in that movie that I waited for them to say, and I realized that was just to get you to watch the movie.
Yeah.
Right at that moment when it happens, and I know some of you have watched it, so you know what.
I haven't. Well, I haven't seen it, but
It's like the trailer they play the most, and it's you're waiting for that one line to happen. It didn't happen.
Well, movies have been like that for a while, where you'll see a trailer and then you go to watch the movie and half the fucking trailer is not even in the movie. And that, to me, I just look at that as a commercial that just gets you enough to want to go see it, and then when you get there, it's it's just what it is. It's either a good movie or a bad movie. But these people that say the trailer, whatever the trailer is at E3, the game has to be like it.
Here's the thing, though. Okay, the one thing I will say is that with everything else, like movies or food or whatever, there's a lot of subjectivity. But with performance, that's really something that can be measured. And so if they're putting, sure, they hype up what their burger looks like on the screen and all that. But who really buys a burger for what it looks like, right?
But that's but that's what gets you. If they showed you a shitty, if they showed you a shitty looking burger in your commercial, you're not going to that place.
Of course, but it's not like that's an unrealistic burger.
Well, no, but
that burger does exist, and it's really different from, because that's the thing, you are not expecting every burger that Burger King makes to look like the one that's in their commercial.
Then why are you?
No way. Even if it was a more realistic depiction, or they made their burgers better, you still wouldn't expect every single burger to look like that.
Then why are you expecting every single game to look like the trailer?
Because if the console can't play the game like it was played in the trailer, then why is that up on the screen? I can understand if the console, unless it's like a movie, like literally a cinematic or something, if it's, if it looks like gameplay footage and that gameplay footage can't actually play on the console that they're advertising it for, that's a technical thing. That's not a subjective thing. That's a your game couldn't perform like this on Xbox One, so you shouldn't put that in the commercial.
And you see,
but wait a minute, though,
because there have been times where they've advertised shit like fucking Far Cry, and they had to rip a whole bunch of shit that they showed off at E3.
What happens whenever the game is showing, say at E3 2017? The game's not set to release. They have they've worked on the game enough to where you have a small supposed gameplay trailer. But the game doesn't release until.
But it's really just prototype stuff. Yeah, and I get that. But there's plenty of times when it happens on the real commercials that are playing after the game has released too.
Yeah, and then you look at
it is still even different with No Man's Sky too, because No Man's Sky, it was not based on any sort of trailers or anything. No, these were interviews that and so this is all kind of different kind of stuff, and what is, and how far do you have to go in a commercial before your false advertising becomes legit? Is it, to me, it would be the performance thing.
I can say that
you're, on the real I don't care about, E3 trailers from 2 years ago. Just not real commercials that are launching with the game. That would be my line.
Well, that would be, I can see a trailer launching with the game, but if they now, because I don't know, because how they're not. I mean, even though they say like Xbox One at the end of it or PlayStation, the trailer itself never says footage captured on PlayStation 4 or footage captured on Xbox One. It just shows the game, and then at the end of the thing, it just shows the console, whoever has the advertising rights to it.
Yeah, but that's
So, I
the
mean,
thing.
technically, it could.
doesn't
I mean,
say
since it doesn't say what the footage was captured on, I mean, sure, like they're showing you something, and you get the game on the console, doesn't perform, but it might perform that way on PC. Did they really lie to you, or were you just like? Since
Well,
you
they've
saw
at least
PlayStation
lied
at
to
the
like
end.
half the people that bought it.
Well, no, I'm saying
again,
if
it would all, you know,
If it's a multiplat and it's gonna be on PC and the consoles, then yeah, everyone knows the PC expectation, but the people are going in for the consoles are gonna want the same thing.
But I think that's unrealistic expectations from the people that on console, because that's basically them saying like the PC and consoles are closer together than what they are.
Well, they claim that all the time.
Well, everybody does, but I mean, like I've never heard a dev say that PC and console are even close.
I know, because the dev's not stupid enough to fucking say it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. There's like, but so when you see the commercial and it's not saying footage captured on a PlayStation or footage captured on an Xbox. It's just showing the game, like a commercial for the game at the end. Whoever has the advertising rights, be it PlayStation or Xbox, that like their little greatness awaits or PlayStation, and then Xbox little thing pops up. I think that's like people are tricking the mind into think, okay, well that's the Xbox copy or that's the PlayStation copy, but it's really
but Microsoft and Sony and others have done that. Their own booths for consoles and stuff like that.
Yeah, Microsoft has gotten caught a lot of times where they're playing the PC copy as a game at their booth rather than the actual Xbox copy. But yet they're showing an Xbox sitting on the ground, like sitting on the next to the TV set.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now that right there to me is wrong.
Well, and that's the thing. It's it would be such a hard line to draw, but you know, it's can this kind of performance be reasonably expected by somebody who wants to purchase this? You know, and then there are lots of times where they're using like beta builds that don't really include all of the extra, you know, textures and stuff, or you know, whatever it ends up, you know, there's all sorts of little tricks to pull to where, you know, they can make it look a lot better than what it actually looks like, and that would be my only thing.
See, like I don't know. The looks, as long as it looks good, whenever I get it, like say Watch Dogs, everybody was pissed off with the way that Watch Dogs was shown at E3, and then the copy that you got when you bought it on console. I was perfectly okay with it. I got like whenever I saw it, it wasn't like they showed Watch Dogs at E3 and then all of a sudden you got like a Minecraft version of Watch Dogs. You know, it wasn't like that big of a difference. Like it still looked good. It just didn't look as good as like the commercial, but I mean, it still looked like a damn good game. So I was like, I didn't ever bitch about the downgrade because it was just simply like the game still looks good. Like why complain about, since it doesn't have all the shadows in it that it did before and all the reflections it did before. Like a reflection, like having more reflections in a puddle of water isn't going to make me unenjoy my game. My game.
I'm like,
it's not going to make or break me for a game. And I just think that's being a little bit. I mean, like those people that are complaining about that, like it gets to be a little bit nitpicky. That damn it, you showed reflections in the fucking puddles, and my game doesn't have reflections. Like, do you really walk around in a city and look at the fucking puddles on the ground?
I will neither confirm nor deny this.
Well, I mean, but whenever you're first playing this, is that what you're doing, or are you actually listening to the story shooting people?
Hey, I will tell you what, sir. All right, when I first started playing Doom 2016, and I was shooting off the pistol, and I was noticing that the shells would land on the grate, but they wouldn't fall through until they actually came to a empty space in the grating. I swear to God, bro, I sat there for a good couple of minutes just kind of popping rounds off and watching the shells roll and shit. And it was awesome. So sometimes people do.
I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of times, like, if you just, like, when I'm playing the game, like, whenever I switched to PC, and I had played a game on PlayStation 4, and I switched to the PC. I know a lot of the PC gamers are going to, like, shit a brick when I say this.
Dome light is babe.
But I didn't see that huge of a difference. Now, now the reason why I say this, now, let me get this out.
Armageddon! Sorry, I had to do a
I did. To notice a huge difference between the PlayStation, or I mean the Xbox Now, I guess, or some Xbox copies, but to notice the difference back then between the PlayStation and the PC wasn't so much of, oh my gosh, like this, it's like a night and day difference. It was like there was maybe an extra branch of leaves on a tree and a better reflections on the ground and better shadows. Like those things don't ever cross my mind when I'm playing a game. Especially whenever I'm the most of the game, like I'm not walking super slow and looking at all the different things. Like I'm going through when I'm playing the game. So it wasn't like until you put them, like, slowed them down side by side, and then sometimes even waited until Digital Foundry came out to where they zoomed in 300 times on a tree that was like, look, there's 6 more leaves on this branch than there is on the PlayStation 4. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't complain about that kind of bullshit.
Those things don't. Because
it's like Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, like whenever like
the grass about the extra blades of grass.
Hey guys, just real quick. I've been up almost 24 hours and I can hardly even keep my eyes open. So I'm gonna go crash.
All right, man.
Okay, we can end.
All right, we can end on this very thing of Metrox, believe it or not, guys, spooned with Shader the Dude.
That's the reason why he's been up for 24 hours.
You guys got pictures to confirm that?
Actually, give me about 10 minutes and I will.
Whoa. Oh, I was like, wait a minute, because we know y'all live close together, so that right there really sounded bad.
Well, see, he actually lives with me now, so I can like get into his phone and really look at these pictures, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Really? You guys have nothing? You guys fucking suck!
What? Like my dick?